In today's episode, entitled The Marrow's Guestbook, the crew, still in the depths of the Cathal Ross stronghold, piece together the last bits of the arcane ritual they need to hopefully fulfill their end of the bargain with the Cathal Ross. There's a lot of discussion, some science, some pseudoscience, and an awful lot of dead things as they puzzle their way to victory? I guess we'll see. We hope you enjoy.
So anyways, why are we going to cut off an arm?
Because something's grabbing my wrist right now, and I don't think I can cut it off, so, the only other solution is to cut my own arm off.
Sounds reasonable.
I know,
What the hell is Lily doing down there with Davynn right now?
Okay. So, in recap, since we did have a few people missing from the last session, what we have going on here is, this is the Marrow. Lana is attempting to put her hand into it. It's already been proved.
I wasn't trying to put my actual hand.
Well, not your whole hand, but you reached into it with a container. This room has been shown to have some acidic properties, judging by the interactions that you've had with it so far. Xylund attempted to take things out of the Marrow, take water from the Marrow pool with his flask, and ended up losing his flask. So, in the crew's brilliance, he managed to get one of the earthenware pots that the Cathal Ross use that seemed to be acid resistant. This room here, room with a gigantic hole in it, the poop hole, which does have something living in it, confirmed by Davynn as he dangled above it, is slick with moss and other runoff, so traversing this room is extremely dangerous, and you can fall in that hole, as Davynn figured out. So the team is actually separated into two groups. We have Ulric, who opened the door, Lana, who is actually inside the Marrow, and then everybody else is on this side.
Actually, I was over there too. I was trying to pull
Oh, that's right, you
Ulric
did.
back, I think. Or was wait, did I go back after when Lana went up there? Maybe I went back. I forget.
I forget.
Well,
I
I
thought
don't need
you
to
were
be
up
there.
there trying to help.
I thought I was, but
Okay, I'll put you back. So Kern and Xylund are up front. Lily and Davynn are slightly back a ways. These corridors are very narrow, as you can see. They are taller, but they are still dwarf sized.
Yes.
Yes. And we ended on Lana's hand being gripped by white-fleshed, cold, pallid skin reaching up from the pool of floaty bits surrounded by acidic fog. And Lord knows what else. We've already sacrificed Natalie and an unseen servant to this room. And now it looks like Lana herself might be next. So, why don't we pick up there where we left off? And let me get my thing here.
Turn order. What is this blasphemy?
What?
I don't like it.
I don't know what a turn order is, and I refuse to acknowledge its existence.
I've never
Why
heard of a
don't
turn in my
we-
life.
Just for funsies, roll initiative.
See,
What if I don't wanna?
See, but Eerie, you never roll initiative just for funsies. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
It's
they-
a thing now.
change the character sheet layout
They,
again?
yeah, they did. It's a little
Oh
more
God, I hate this.
stylized.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
this. No, things are different. I don't like change.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Alright,
too when I
that's
looked at
nice.
them.
It looks
Yeah.
nice and
Still
pretty.
broke my spells, so they all have a DC 11 now. I'm gonna figure out how to fix that.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
Good initiatives is what the fuck this is.
We're all on our
Right.
toes.
Is my initiative usually 0? I think it's usually 0.
I
What's
don't
your
see your
dex?
initiative.
Oh,
there
yeah,
you
I
are.
rolled a crit.
Alright, yeah, Lily has no dex.
No, Lily has no dex. That's why she has 10 AC.
Yeah, no, she's not meant to have
I'm
a
glad
dex,
Lily's
guys.
not the one in this room right now.
She's
Like,
literally...
I'm gonna die, but she'd be more dead.
Oh yeah, Lily would be.
Lily would be
Lily
extra dead. Yes.
Twice as dead, super dead. Although she seems to have more hit points than Lana, so.
Yeah, because I roll them, and I always roll for shit, and I don't know why I roll for them.
And I have a 1 higher constitution.
All right. So, let me roll for our Lanfryd. Ugh, that's crap. I am. All right. And guess who has first initiative?
Ah!
What would you like to do, Lana?
Okay. Step 1, pass the thing in my hand over to the other hand, because that hand is currently being grabbed. Step 2, try to break away from this thing that's grabbing my hand.
Oh shoot, yeah, Ulric. Does anyone want to control Ulric?
Sure. I'll take Ulric.
Okay.
And I will see what horrors Twinkie
Oh
shoots
yeah, I was
next.
gonna say his poor character.
Do not touch my character sheet.
Touch it.
It's fine.
Touch
I
all
fixed
over it.
Now this is gonna be great.
There you go. You now have control of Ulric.
Yes. Some call him cocky. Alright, fake identity. I'm just looking at this stuff. Let me write some. Okay. Oh, I need to roll initiative for him. I didn't even realize.
Yes,
Sorry.
please.
Yeah, so that should be Ulric on there. Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool. So yes, we do indeed start with Lana. So you've passed the earthenware from one hand to the other.
Yep. And then I'd like I assume the grip is pretty tight on my hand.
Yeah, the grip is definitely tight. It's odd. The sensation on your arm is bizarre. It does burn. So at the end of this turn, you'll need to make a Constitution save. But for now, yeah, it definitely feels like whatever is hanging on to you is fairly solid.
And now I decide how high of a spell level I'm going to burn for this. And the answer is pretty high. I don't want to be here.
Okay.
I can't be restrained, I think is the...
Says target spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints. So, yeah.
I should have read that far before I kept before I
Well, you
cast
can.
it.
I mean, you can still break away. You can escape from non. This isn't a magical restraint.
Oh,
This is
gotcha.
somebody grabbing onto you. This is a grapple. So you can use your 5
So this would
feet
automatically save it, right?
Yeah, you would just break away.
I would like to get out of here.
Okay. You will need
Peace.
to make a Constitution save from the touch.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay. I'll roll that real quick. 1 moment.
Ow.
That is 6 points of acid damage.
Oh, okay.
From
That's
the
not
grip
so bad.
around the wrist. You are able to take your
resistant to acid right now too because of the cloak thingy.
Yes. Yes, you are. So you are able to get away, taking your step back. If you crossing the room.
Okay, close the door, close the door, close the door!
You guys left the rope in place, so you're fine there.
Yeah, I'm holding the end of it.
Yep. Alright. So, that was fun. Xylund.
I'll just keep holding on to the rope for now, I guess, and in case Ulric wants to come back. And
Okay.
I'll sort of hold my action for if he falls into the pit, I guess.
Okay.
Like if he falls into the pit, I'll try to save him.
As a reminder, you cannot close the door. These doors slide into the wall and cannot be closed once you have figured out how to open them.
Oh.
So,
Is-
is the rope to prevent people from falling in the poop chute?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good to know.
So yeah, that's
It's
my...
very slippery.
Yeah.
It is extremely slippery. We almost lost Davynn to whatever the hell lives down there.
I don't want to be down there again.
Yeah. It was not a good time for Davynn. But yes, but it does require that somebody hang on to the grapple gun end of it. You guys managed to secure the hook end, but somebody does have to keep the rope stationed at all times. Okay, so Xylund, you have an action ready.
I was literally about to write that down there. Whoever's doing that.
Do we lose next?
Next? Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know what's going on.
No, you can't
I
see
just know-
anything.
Yeah, I just see Xylund holding a rope. I see Lana dashing across a room saying, "Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, close the door, close the door." And I'm like, but we can't close the door. So I'm just gonna hold my action. Because I can't really back up or go forward, so I'm just gonna kind of
No.
hold my action. And I am going to hold a, let's say, I don't want to burn a spell slot, so I'm gonna hold a ray of frost in case anything comes following after my sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Freaked out. Seeing Lana freaked out, I'm gonna be like, "You okay?"
I think.
And I'm just gonna like slowly walk
No,
up
don't
and
go
peek,
over there. No.
peek my head around and take the
Why?
dodge
I have the
action.
thing!
All right, so
I'm
you're
just gonna like
peeking into
peek
the
around
room.
and see like what's going on.
What are you doing? Get back here.
I'm dodging. I'm taking the dodge action.
It shows that you weren't here last session.
Yeah, no kidding. Kurt's like, what's going on?
Hey, Eerie, can you voice the Sword of Warning right now for a second?
Okay, you did miss that as well. Sid. Xylund found, if you recall, in the 2 sessions ago, there was the great sword in the small treasure room upstairs.
Yeah.
Xylund claimed that. It is magical and awesome. And it warns you when there's danger close by. And it does this by going, "No! What are you doing?" constantly. So whenever you are within 30 feet of Xylund, that is all you hear in your head is this screaming klaxon of a voice. Just absolutely
Oh, that's
furious with
amazing.
all of you for walking into danger.
Amazing! I love it. I will willingly make sanity saving throws for that.
Yes, you poke your head into the room, and again, the room is shaped much as shown here. So you can only see so far. You can see the beginnings of the pool. This whole area is filled with a green tinted mist. It's very thick, and you can see the swirls moving inside of it. It reminds you of the temple, the gnomish temple of Xana,
Yeah.
with the mist snakes in it, where you can see that there's something beyond just normal movement. That there is something moving within it. The whole area has a weird smell of rot and decay, and you can hear a very gentle lapping of the water within the pool. But the room does narrow very quickly.
This is called the Marrow, right?
Yes, it says so above the door, both doors.
So this is where they want to return people to?
This is where they return people to.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah. That's the case. I'll turn to Xylund and say, is there anything undead in here?
Well, there was something running after me, wasn't there, when I ran away?
Yeah.
It melted the back of my armor. What was it again? Did I see it?
You never saw it.
Did anyone see it as I was fleeing the Marrow?
Nobody was close enough. If you remember, you were alone in the hall. Everyone was around the corner.
Possibly. There's acid mist monsters.
That's a problem. That is not ideal.
No.
Maybe I should take a step back.
Maybe. Watch over the poop chute.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna go whoop whoop.
Okay.
Well, I suppose I do have resistance to acid at the moment. Kind of tugs on new cloak.
Actually, Lana's wearing that.
Lana's got that cloak.
Wait, what?
I took
My
it.
inventory.
Yeah, well,
I
you
thought she
had
was gonna
it.
do the acid thing.
Yeah, it changed
It
hands.
was a borrow.
But she did borrow it before she went in there, so she wouldn't die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so she only took like 3 points of acid damage. That's cool.
No, 6 was the augmented
Oh.
damage.
Yeah. So am I gonna get that back, or should I just remove it from the inventory?
That's between you and Lana.
No, that's what I'm asking Lana.
Oh.
I don't know.
Who? I mean, you can keep it.
I've
It's
gotten
just,
every
who-
single one of my magical items by borrowing things and not giving them back.
It's like, oh, you can keep it. It's just, I deal with acid all the time, being an alchemist and all.
Okay, we'll
Kinda
talk
my
about this when we're
bailiwick.
not dying.
Technically, it is your turn, Davynn. If you would like to take any action this
I
round.
think I am back here and perfectly fine being not close to the poop chute. I'm ready in action with my bow to shoot something much like Lily is doing, probably like going over her shoulder.
Okay. That
I'll
should
just
be...
say to her as I do this, just don't move, please.
I duck down.
All right, so we've got Davynn and Lily, sort of a Charlie's Angels pose going on.
Oh yes, yes.
Ulric, it
Super
is
badass.
your go.
Ulric's gonna be like, I'm gonna go back here, bonus action hide, and then pull out his crossbow and just have something trained over there.
Wait, can we
Okay.
not close the door?
No, the
Mm-mm.
doors recede into the walls on either side.
Right. Yes.
Ulric will need to do a dex save, please.
A dex save.
Yes. Anytime you move where there are no ropes.
Why is Ulric going that way?
I didn't know that there was no ropes over there. I thought he was just gonna go over there and hide so that all of us would draw attention. He'd be able to get off scot-free.
That is true, but yes, if the only rope goes from where Xylund is, thank you, to that corner. So anywhere else you move in the room will require a dex save.
Yeah, sure. What's the worst that can happen?
He falls in the poop chute.
That
Okay,
was Ulrich.
that's fine. He's fine.
And he's hiding as a bonus action and
Okay.
having his thing out.
So he is hiding. The door is open. The green mist is starting to sort of filter its way out of the open door. Slowly at first, but it looks like it's going to start to crowd itself into the chamber where you're all standing.
This is mist.
Yes, it's not solid. It is fog. It is fairly thick, and it is rolling out at a decent pace. But it is not solid.
We haven't figured out what to do with this room over here, so maybe now would be a good time to get over there before the mist totally suffuses this room.
Yeah, I agree.
Does
I'm
somebody
not
have some sort of magic they can use to close this door?
No.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Wait, was that a yes as in nobody has it, or yes as in you have something?
Yes, I have something. I didn't realize it. If I didn't.
We have opened up
know.
2 different doors to this room, so only closing one of them will help. Only
Yes,
so
and I
much.
can place a lock on it.
This door is
You won't
closer to
need
the
to
source of
lock
the
it.
mist.
Let's just say.
So
Well,
let's
then,
do that.
Shall we move then?
So is
Yeah,
it possible
okay.
for me to shake my grappling hook free and fire it over to the other door?
Wow, let's see how good you are.
What kind of check do you want me to make?
You sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I'm actually proficient in that, I think. I am.
It's good enough. You have to drag it through the sludge a little bit, but you get it dislodged okay.
Now fire it over to the other door. Showing great skill as I do so. Oh,
No, unfortunately, not great skill. Missing Ulric inches as he hides in the corner.
fuck. Okay.
One more time. That's a little bit better. You're able to secure it into the opposite doorway, giving you guys a rope cross through past the poop chute.
Boop-a-dee-doop.
So while I've been doing that, has Kern had time to do whatever magic?
Kern can do
cube is-
whatever he wants to do.
Oh, do we just want to seal off this door, or do we want to like keep
There are
the?
2 different entrances to this open, so
Yeah,
let's
but the
go
mist
down
wasn't
one.
leaking out of this one. It's just.
Thought it
leaking
was.
out. Well, it's creeping slowly down the hallway, but I don't think it's actually leaking out the door yet.
From the southern entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen it come into this clan hall yet. Yeah, it does have it's not moving super quickly through the south.
Probably
what
good
about
to seal it anyways.
what about this eastern entrance? Is there like a door or something
That's
there
what
that we
No,
can?
these are open walkways. These are bridges over massive gravelways.
Okay. I will go quickly up to here, just ever so slightly,
Okay.
Well,
and then as in the doorway,
Okay.
that the mist is starting to leak out of, I will slap my hand against it and seal it off.
All right.
Fury, just a quick question. How high is the ceiling of that walkway?
It would be very high. Like it would be the next story.
The ceiling of that walkway is higher than. Okay, so it's higher than
Yeah.
10 feet then.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than 10 feet. These are open walkways.
Well, damn. I had a really cool idea. Not gonna work anymore.
I could make a door if we really wanted, but I don't want to make a door.
Well,
Okay.
no, I was gonna use I was gonna use the tiny hut to basically prevent the mist from continuing down and also giving us a safe place to chill. But if
Yeah,
the walkway is
my-
higher than 10 feet.
Well, that also takes like a minute to cast. Right?
Well, the stone shape will definitely work. It won't completely fill in the area because it is larger than 5 foot. But
In any
um,
dimension.
but it will definitely seal it off. Like on your end, you create a seal of stone that will keep the mist from seeping through. And the bit that has made it into the room just sort of swirls its way over the poop hole and slowly dissipates.
Well,
So you've stymied that for the moment.
since we're in no immediate danger now, should we go seal off the other door like Lana said before we move on? Or
Probably a good idea.
Is my pot of marrow that I attempted to collect
Oh,
still a
so-
pot of marrow?
No, it's just a pot.
Ah. Okay, guys. Actually, I think we're gonna have to go back in.
what's that? You didn't get any marrow?
I thought I did, but it evaporated or something.
No.
Oh my
When you
God.
got grabbed, it yeah.
Okay,
It's not a very deep pot.
Look,
well,
it
this
can't.
this thing is kind of like permanently sealed.
We'll go through the other door. I can't get grabbed by things for the next hour, like full stop. So I can just pop back in. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's how
Yes,
that works.
And if we
And
go
rather
down the other
than-
one, if we go down this other way, I can keep the mist at bay.
Do you have a wind thing?
Okay.
Yep, as a Tempest Cleric, that's a spell that I always have prepared.
Okay, we'll do a wind thing.
Well, that is if we get the wall's sealed off, so there's no more mist leaking in. But if we go the other way, I could.
The other way is very misty. Like I had to go through
Yeah,
some serious
super-
mist.
We should be fine.
I'll be
Kern,
fine.
you're really helpful. It's really good that you're here.
Yeah, why didn't we do the wind thing last time? That seems like it would have been really useful.
I just wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
God
He's
damn
been
it, Kern.
he has been very distracted the entire time you guys have been here.
Super distracted.
Very distracted.
You
Okay.
want to do the rope thing again? So if I get knocked out, you can drag me back.
Okay, I'll tie a rope around you.
Thanks. Appreciate.
Do you want me to start yanking you back after a
Wait,
certain
actually,
set amount of
does
time?
that even work with freedom of movement up? Can I willingly be grappled by something?
Well, rope isn't grapple. I mean, the rope being tied around you is just a lead line. It's not somebody holding on to you.
The spell
if-
just makes like tying knots around you impossible.
Yeah, like he wouldn't be able to restrain you or anything, but you'd be able to at least wrap a rope around you.
Gotcha.
Whenever
Oh,
he's
Lord.
trying to tie a knot around Lana, like everybody just forgets how to tie a knot.
And you have to hang on to it.
Alright,
Yes.
the bunny goes through the hole. Wait, no. That's not the hole.
Damn it! That's the bunny ear. Damn it! Not again.
All right. So this whole area here, as mentioned, is filling up quickly with fog.
All right, move out of the way, everybody except Lana, because you're gonna have to make saves.
Make a dash for it.
Alright, moving back.
All right. Poof.
All right, gust of wind.
He just does this.
It comes from his hair. His hair is generating all the wind.
Yes, it's canon.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
clearly.
He's like either that chick off of Mortal Kombat or just straight up Bayonetta.
All right, so you see this, or feel the gust of wind emerge from Kern's flowing hair.
And I believe it shoves me 15 feet down.
Yeah,
You get to
unfortunately,
run like really fast.
Yeah,
Right
you
now.
Super
it does
fast.
propel you a little bit. You do get a strength saving throw if you would like. Both you and Xylund.
Bye.
All
Well,
right.
I
Oh,
thought I
gosh.
told Xylund
Wait,
to
wait,
move
wait.
out of the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're out of my
Xylund,
zone.
maybe step sideways before this happens.
Yeah, I let him blow it past me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be blown forward by the gust of wind, if that's what I'm saving against.
Yes, that is what you're saying. Yes.
I did warn
Feet,
you.
oh, it's 10 feet wide, so I'm getting blasted no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, I told you like where. it
Unless
goes.
unless you step into the sort of catty corner
Okay,
there.
I will go here.
Okay. But Lana gets pushed
I moved myself.
ahead.
That was a 6.
kind of, careening slightly within the wind tunnel that Kern has created. Lana, now that you are up front and in the room, you see the greenish tinged mist that has been obscuring the majority of the room has been blown back, and you see fully the room. There are steps leading down into the murky, brackish, green, gray water. That smell of rotting vegetation is not going anywhere anytime soon. You can also get a good look at exactly what that mist was covering, at least for the first
Yay.
little bit. You see floating on the top of the water, almost like deformed lily pads, bits of skin and what you hope is bone and hair, and just this macabre soup of life, just sort of brining away in these slightly undulating waters caused by Kern's wind tunnel effect. Unfortunately, you also see scurrying towards the back, desperately trying to stay within the mist. You see tiny feet and tiny wings, all the same sickish green color as the mist itself. Little kind of beaked noses and sharp ears, and you see the flash of claws as it all sort of clamor, trying to take some sort of refuge from the wind. They scurry to the back of the room. But there is one big streak of movement coming from the back to the front within the water itself. Just a sort of slick of black and green moving towards you, completely against the wind tunnel.
Yay. Well,
You technically have first initiative. I will allow you to go first.
Lana's going to sort of mantra repeat to herself, "It can't grab me, it can't grab me, it can't grab me." Step forward. Try to fill her little pot, and then get the hell out of here.
You got this, Lana. Nothing can hold you back.
Literally.
All right, so you step forward and dip the earthenware container into the marrow itself, and you do get some acid into it, or whatever this particular sludge is, as the bits of skin and hair and bone seem to sort of just circle around you, being drawn by the little maelstrom you create as you dip past the surface of the water. This disgusting little flotsam collecting around your hand. You do have to save versus acid.
Con, right?
Yes, please.
15.
That's enough.
Yay.
Yay. So yeah, you collect your acid, and you can hear just burbling from just beyond your hand, maybe 5 foot away. There's this cracked, strange sort of spring water voice that bubbles up around you. It's not a language that you understand, but it sounds pissed. It says, "Etzel Durkarn et Goroth Merna."
I tried to write that down phonetically and failed.
So, How long does this wind tunnel last?
A minute.
Kern of the magical hair. Oh, Kern of the magical hair. Okay, so. That is your turn.
Okay.
I can
Xylund?
shut it off also.
What was that?
I can shut it off. It's concentration.
Well, it doesn't matter to me. It won't impede my movement.
Yeah, you're right. It won't. Because of your freedom of movement.
Yep.
Very good.
It's like we planned this.
Yeah, we
Emphasis
totally
on
just
like.
didn't stumble across that.
All right. So, Lana, as you
Yes.
are standing in the chamber, what is your AC, by the way?
Like 13.
Like 13, or it is 13?
I'm pretty sure it's 13, but my sheet has been a mess since they updated. But 13
Okay.
seems right.
Okay. Well, I'll double check what we've got for you. It does
Yeah,
say
11
13.
plus 2, 13.
Okay. Cool. All right. So as you are collecting your acid and the voice bubbles up around you, the slick of black and green grows closer and stands or stops about 5 foot from you. And that same white pallid flesh rises, breaks through the water. And at first, you see that the same sort of hand with the blackened fingernails, and it reaches up, not necessarily at you, but more towards the ceiling in general. And it continues on. You can see it's got sort of the dwarven stature of hands, shorter fingers and smaller palm. And you see the hand fully articulated, and then the wrist, and about 2 inches below the wrist, all just that same corpse white skin clinging
That's
on. And it moves. Your fingers flex and everything. But it continues to rise, and beyond the cutoff point, almost like a glove that's been tailored, more emerges. And instead of white flesh or even rotted, what looks like tightly wounded cords, all moving individually, gently writhing against one another inside this strange glove. And then next to it, you see the bump of a nose. And what
Oh, are you guys? Is it breaking up for everyone else?
Yes.
In the last,
Shit.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I'm here.
Hi, we lost. You broke up a little
Great.
there.
Okay.
So
What was the last thing
the-
you heard?
Thing rising, hair, and
Hair.
Bump
also
of a nose.
Okay, bump of a
Corpse-
nose,
Corpse-shaped rock.
the beginning of lips, blackened hair, all rising to the surface, all facing up like someone's rising out of bed almost. And it breaks
Say this
through
is
the
like
water.
ring like.
Yeah, very much. But it's a much smaller face. It's a much smaller face. Again, kind of dwarven, sort of blocky shape. But moving in incredibly unnatural ways. Just rivulets of movements underneath the forehead, going from one side to the other, like strange wrinkles where they shouldn't be, and cheeks that each move individually of their own accord. Like there's something underneath the skin. Parasite. The face continues up. You can see the bottom of the ears as the hair falls down around it, just damp and dripping. And you can see the neck. And right where it should be collarbone, all you see are the black, thick tentacle cords, once again, pushing upward. Rises until about 3 feet above the water's edge. until the face splits down the center and slides off like a rotted Halloween mask.
Ugh.
And all you can see is the black twisting mass of tight cords. If there are eyes, if there's a mouth, if there's a face at all in the mass, you don't know where it's hidden. But the voice comes again, louder and stronger, no longer tempered by being underwater. It repeats itself again. Etzeldur.
Do I hear it?
Can you? Make a perception check.
Against the wind.
Against a rush of water or a rush of wind
Alright.
around the corner.
I think the better question is, can Kern hear it?
Yeah, can Kern hear it?
Well, yeah, Kern can hear it. Got past burst sets of wazoo. You can't hear it though. All you can hear is the rush of wind, and you can see
Well, I
his
just want to know if it's
magnificent
dwarvish.
hair.
But I can't hear it, so.
But unfortunately, no. But yeah. So yeah, it repeats itself over and over and over again. Yep, Etzeldur.
I think that he's probably still got a bit of water stuck in his throat, and he's saying pretzel door. It's a door made of pretzels, guys. He's trying to
That
tell us where
means-
we can find food.
So
Lana
is
can follow
that-
him to food.
Is that his turn, or what happens next?
Is basically what he's saying.
Gotcha.
What it's saying. No, he gets a cool entrance and he gets an attack because
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he had a cool entrance.
I was waiting for that shoe to drop.
yeah, he gets a cool entrance. And he does get one attack off. Oops.
Okay, it's
Um,
fine. My AC is super high.
Yeah, it's fine. Alrighty. So I'm looking at this thing. What are my things? +6. Alright.
No, that's not so high.
Nah, it's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, he has like
Yeah.
a 40-ish% chance of missing me.
Ooh. Okay, that last one won't hit because of your spell. First you do. Good use of spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4th level spells. Woo.
So we have 2 tentacle-like appendages detach from the mass and strike out at you, appearing to try and knock the jar from your hands. Yes, because that's precisely what they are.
Thanks.
In this case, it is purposeful. So that is 15 points.
Ow!
This is considered, I believe, bludgeoning damage. Let me double check my notes. It is indeed
Don't worry,
bludgeoning
I don't
damage.
resist anything.
Yeah.
Rude.
It is bludgeoning damage, and it can't use that one. So, yeah. Yeah, we do. We have a loyal hentai fan base that we need to
God.
Yeah.
we need to keep happy. So, yeah. Damage, again, lashing out your hands, attempting to, it looks like it's trying to wrap around you and fails, trying to grab your wrists and pull you into the marrow, and of course is unable to do so, but does some damage, consequently. So, we will go then to Xylund.
Ah!
So
That's
do I hear
going for
that?
Pull me out.
Do I hear that scream?
I'm sure you would hear some screaming. You also, from your vantage point, might not be able to see exactly what Lana is screaming at, but you would be able to see the little feet that are clearing the room, and you would be able to see some movement within the water, even if it's not exactly tall enough for it to go past her.
All right, I'll heave on the rope.
Okay. Lana's screaming at her tentacles.
Do you want me to do an athletics or?
Yes, please.
Assuming this works, freedom of movement
Yay.
is weird.
That is a very good athletic. So you're able to hanging onto the rope with one hand and your acid vial with the other. You are pulled backwards into the wind tunnel, and you're able to see this thing within its habitat as more and more mass just starts to fill in the parts around it. The glove, the dwarf glove that it was wearing originally, has fallen away, and there's just no more pretense to this thing. It is this writhing mass. It is clearly displeased with you.
Yeah, I wonder
I-
why.
Keeps screaming the word Menethor, and it is louder and louder and louder, especially as you're pulled away, to the point where it begins to echo down throughout the chamber and down the small hall.
So do I hear it now?
Oh yeah,
What's it mean if it's Dwarvish?
it is Dwarvish, and Menethor means unholy, or unfaithful,
No.
and Etzeldor means stop, basically.
It finds your lack of faith disturbing.
It does. It's deeply, deeply unhappy with you.
I'll shout over the wind to Kern. Maybe shut the door on this thing.
Not today.
You want me to slop some what?
You want me to swap?
Kern, language!
I said slop some Nors. Jeez. Am I up or no? Lily's up.
I'd
Yeah.
say-
No, I mean,
wait.
you guys aren't in danger unless you want to go in there and shoot something at it.
Oh,
Oh. I mean, so Lily, that's up to you.
Don't.
So Lana has freedom of movement, right?
Yeah.
Would that protect her from something like Evard's black tentacles?
Yeah, she's.
No, do not bring more tentacles into this.
It's gonna happen. Okay, yeah. Let me just double check to make sure that unaffected by difficult terrain. Okay, yeah.
I think
she's
she
good.
would still get bludgeoned though by them.
Yeah, I mean,
If
she
they
still
deal
takes damage.
damage,
She just
that'll
can't
get
be
me.
restrained.
Well, let me just double check.
It will hurt me.
Yeah.
My HP is not. It's not bad, but it's not so good right now.
Well, yeah. I was just seeing if I could say, don't attack her, but that ain't gonna happen. Okay, so is it visible behind Lana?
Yeah, it's still above the water, or at least some of it is above the water.
And is there enough room for me to stand like right here and just peek my head around the corner?
Yeah, you'd be flat against the wall.
I can do that.
Hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah, exactly. You have to contend with the wall of wind that is Kern.
Yeah, and I she's gonna be just spitting out, trying to get through my verbal and somatic components. And about where is this thing on the water?
It was directly in front of her.
So it's about right there currently. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is a thing I'm gonna do. It's gonna be a thing. I am going to cast Phantasmal Killer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be awesome. And I am casting it at 4th level.
Okay.
It's 120 feet. does that much damage, and let me get the spell information for you.
This is just the land of burning 4th level spells.
Okay,
Apparently.
so tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range and create an illusory manifestation visible only to that. Must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, becomes frightened for the duration. At the end of each of the target's turns before the spell ends, must succeed on another wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 damage. On a successful save, the spell ends. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Saving throw.
DC 16. Because of that 20 intelligence. I'm really hoping this thing's not very wise being dead and all.
You assume that it's dead.
Also, that's racist.
Yes.
Well, dead or not, I'm hoping it doesn't roll well.
No, it rolled well. It.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be terribly affected by your phantasmal killer.
Well, shit. That was a thing that I tried that didn't work out very well.
It's a rock shaped like a bone.
Oh yeah, that's been a thing for a while. Corpse, a rock shaped like a corpse, rock shaped like a bone. And then for a bonus action, I'm gonna just duck my head back.
Okay.
I tried.
You did. You did.
I tried. Didn't work. These things aren't scared of shit.
Clearly, have you seen the room up north?
And then I actually am gonna, so I moved 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move 10 feet back to give Lana space to duck around the corner when she gets here.
Alrighty. Kern, it's your go.
Alright. Does it look like this thing is trying to get up out of the water?
As of yet, no.
Or is it like confined to the water?
You don't really have any way to tell. Again, it doesn't seem to have any visible anything that would indicate to you that it's necessarily aquatic. You don't really know what's going on beyond the water. You know, all you can see is sort of the twisted black cables of tentacles. It doesn't seem to have a face. Like if it has gills, you can't tell. This isn't any. You have no frame of reference for this thing. It could be bound to the water. It could not be bound to the water. You have no idea.
Yeah, but this thing also looks hella undead, right?
It looks creepy as hell. Well, it is. I mean, it was wearing undead skin. Like you. Yeah. It could be undead.
And knowing what we know about the Cathal Ross, you know, it's
Yes,
probably a good bet.
most of what you've run into with Cathal Ross, the good 99%, has been undead or undead adjacent.
Okay. So that thing is 35-ish feet away from me.
Mhm.
As I would like to keep my wind wall up, which causes it to move at half movement towards me. And as soon as it gets out of the water, I will turn undead.
Okay.
I will use that as an action. If it gets out of the water. Otherwise, I will not do anything, and I'll just keep the wind wall up.
All right.
That is my turn.
Okay. Davynn, you have a turn if you'd like to.
I will take the rope from Xylund if I can and continue pulling.
Okay.
Been practicing this weapon switch thing. Haven't used it for a weapon yet. That's fine.
Yeah, you're
Just doing a relay race with the rope. Dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Apparently. And see, that's real good.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? And it is Ulric's turn, which I don't foresee Ulric getting.
He's gonna go up to Lily and be like, "Your hair is all like floofy and stuff."
Worry not, dear. I shall protect you from this foul beast.
There you go.
And he'll
I
probably
am
get
Xylund,
upset at
by the
Kern for
way.
messing up her hair.
Stop! Things going on. Stab it! Things are going on.
Let them.
We have more
deal with
pressing
that.
matters.
We've
gonna
got
actually-
3 meat shields in front of us. It's not our problem.
Yes, 3 meat shields and a fiendish horror after my sister.
You win some, you lose some. I don't think I'm playing Ulric very good.
I think you're
You've got
playing
the
it
essence.
just fine.
That'll be his turn, though. And I
Okay.
guess he'll bonus action give the help action to Lily and whatever she's gonna do on her turn.
All right. That sounds like Ulric. Lena, it is your turn. If
I would like to go down here, see that my way of escape has been blocked by a lot of bodies.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the
Ah,
corridor.
guys, move! Also,
You can
Kern,
move.
if you
You
could
can-
seal this one too, that'd probably be good.
You can
Well-
move through a friendly space,
Yes.
and you can also move diagonally.
Oh yeah, there's just a lot of people there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
not
she was
block
like, there were
congregation.
only like one person in this hallway when I
Not block,
went in, and now there's
obstructed.
all 6 of you.
But your
5 of
movement
you.
can't be impeded by us, though.
I still can't go through walls.
No, but you can go through.
One could
people.
argue that walls are a non-magical form of impediment.
And that's the story of how Lana ran face first into a wall thinking she could phase through it.
I mean, if you want to be technical, according to spell's rules, it would allow it.
Ow!
Okay.
Oh god, my face! Ow, Lily, why did you tell me I could do that?
What are you talking about? I don't know what spells you can do.
Well, now my nose is broken. Okay, Kern, seal it up.
Don't blame me when you get a fool idea in your head and say I gave it to you.
I'm gonna see if
Okay.
this thing can actually move
All
out of
right.
the water.
Which is good
first.
because it's turn.
Yes.
And yes, Kern and Xylund, from your vantage point, as you watch this mass ducks under the water briefly, so it's totally submerged for about a second, and then comes barreling out of this of the water, quote unquote, scrambling up the side, completely horizontal, sliding its way along the floor, and then vertically up the wall.
Does my turn
Disappearing.
undead go off as soon as that happens?
You attempt to. Are you turning undead, rebuking undead? What do you do? Yes, your channel divinity goes off almost on impulse as soon as the sucker moves, and good lord, is it fast! But it seems to have no effect. This creature does not appear to be undead.
Okay, plan B.
So yeah, it disappears momentarily from your sight as it moves off to the side, and you can hear the sound, kind of the wet meat slap sound of it throwing itself against the wall and dragging itself around until just the very tips of a collection of black tentacles start to peek their way over this doorway here. I think it's going to launch itself into the hallway.
This was a good plan.
Does Lana
Well,
have a
like
cup
I think it
full of
starts moving
essence?
towards me like that way. Like I assume you went like. Let's see. Let me do this. You go like that, and then like that.
Yeah, it went to the side and then it kind of disappeared for a little bit, and now it's here.
I mean, it's still getting like storm force winds blowing in its face.
It is. It
Oh.
is.
But it's
Um,
fast as fuck.
But it seems to move pretty quickly, and it is clearly feeling the force of the wind. I mean, in
Yeah.
what you were able to observe from it, like it launched itself out of the water. It took some power for it to get out of that pond.
Yeah.
So it's clearly feeling the effects of the wind and is trying to shield itself from it to the best of its ability. And it is now, as far as you can tell, some of it anyway is perched just beyond your sight on the inside of the room, with some of its tentacles latched on the doorway itself. and it stops because it does not have anything that it can quite do from that position.
Yay!
So yeah, it's in position. Lily? Oh no,
I
sorry,
feel-
Xylund.
Hold on, I feel the need to ask. Did we see Lana come by with a cup full of Marrow essence this
Well,
time?
she has her jar, yes.
Yay.
Marrow
Yay.
essence just sounds so dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And is it still in the jar?
It is in the yes, it is in there. You do have to move fairly carefully, because if you recall, these things don't have lids.
Gotcha.
I'm going to use my divine sense.
Well, stuff can't trip me, so that's good.
Okay. You're using your divine sense?
Yep. See if it's celestial fiend or undead, or if any of those things in there are celestial fiends or undeads.
Oh, there are fiends in that room.
Oh, fiends. What?
Yeah,
what,
there are
what is-
fiends in that room.
What about the
But
tentacle
they're-
thing?
But they're far away. They are farther away than the tentacle thing.
Is the tentacle thing giving me a ping?
No.
Gayle shout in Kern's ear, "It's not undead!
I kind of picked that up.
There are fiends though,
Thanks.
but it's not a fiend. I'm gonna go over here, seal the corridor, and I'll go over here."
Okay.
You're the best, Silent. Team player.
So like all my party's just like running away from
Yeah,
me.
they're
I'm
all looking at it.
Excuse me, Lily is bravely standing her ground. From back
Over
here.
here.
from like 15 feet away.
In the rear with the
I'm
gear.
bravely standing my ground from 10 feet away.
Oh, of course, Davynn, you're just so much better than me. I see how it is.
And Ulric is standing his ground from 20 feet away.
Silent, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn besides bravely run away?
Divine sense uses an action, so I'm
Okay. All right.
Oh wait. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that for now.
Okay. Lily, is technically your turn. If you'd like
Gonna
to
go
use
back
it.
to where I was. And poke my head back around the corner, hair flipping in my face.
You will have to make a perception check to see whether or not you can actually pick out,
Where the
because you didn't
fuck?
see it move.
Where the fuck did my perception? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so all you see is an empty corridor,
Okay.
because the mist isn't able to roll back in with the gust of wind going. So all you see is an empty room.
Okay. Okay, this doesn't say I have to see it. It just says creatures of my choice in a 40-foot cube range. If it says that and it doesn't say I have to see it, can I do it?
Well, it depends on what it is and if
Slow.
it makes sense.
So slow, it says you can alter time up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube. So what I gather is it's 40-foot cube range that time is slowed, but it only affects 6 creatures.
Right, but you select them.
Or you can save the 3rd level spell and I'll just
Yeah,
Shut
I'm just
this
trying
thing in.
to make sure that it's, not gonna like, I don't know, do some crazy shit before you can seal the door.
I'm up next.
yeah,
Well,
he'll be
I
okay.
mean,
And I would say with slow, I mean, you're aware that it's there, but you're not even aware where it is.
fair enough.
It would be difficult. Yeah, you should have some idea.
Is this a normal door though?
It's the same door that you guys have been running into. It's one that slides
Okay.
into the walls.
See, I just want to be useful. Can't do anything, so I'm just gonna like kind of slink back to my little space over here.
You know what?
Another
You could
exploratory
Oh
do-
my
cat.
god.
I would, Xylund, if my cat was still alive.
All right, Kern, do your thing.
All right. So I was reading it and it's just it's a 5 by 5 by 5 square foot of stone that I can shape into anything I want. It doesn't
Right.
have to cover 5 feet.
Right.
So I can seal up like the entire wall with it.
Yeah, you can cover it. It just it won't fill the whole doorway. But yeah, you can create like a seal over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Which
fine.
I will do.
So Kern seals the door.
And then I turn like I don't know how much longer that'll hold. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Bye. I'm gonna
All
keep
right.
holding this because I don't actually think I'm able to trip for the next like 45 minutes.
Can't even trip. Stones
Alright.
get out of your way.
All right. So you have been in and out of the Marrow. Now what do you do?
All right, guys. 2 off the list. We got a fragment of memory and the essence of the Marrow itself. Now we need blood of a servitor and flesh.
Just
Well,
flesh?
4 bodies. They will only walk familiar paths. The ones upstairs, I think.
Yeah, we gotta wake them up.
Uh,
Oh, I thought we just needed them to open the door.
Which door?
The door that we had to push their hands against to open up, like,
I think
4
they're
weeks
referring
ago?
to the 2 people who are asleep on the stone slabs.
that's
But-
unfortunate.
They're our friends. We don't want to sacrifice them. Is there other flesh?
There were those
on-
other 2 bodies in the library room.
Yeah, but it said 4 though.
Well, there's 4 altogether, is what I'm saying.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's 2
Then there
not
were those
friend
2,
flesh.
There were those 2 guys that were moving around in that first area, who we then made not
Yes,
move
but-
because
but-
that's what we do.
But there is the warning, they will only walk familiar paths. What exactly does that mean? If we use the wrong ones and
Oh wait,
the familiar paths are not what we want them to walk, then
those giant undead things with the gem eyes, those look more like servitors to me now that I think about it.
Oh,
That makes sense.
that means we have to go fight them.
Well, not necessarily. I
Me
can't
either.
find where I wrote this thing down. Does someone have the thing handy? They can put it in Discord. I lost
the ritual?
mine.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, the ritual.
The ritual I have.
Wait, the ritual or the instructions?
The instructions. Well, the ritual instructions. There we go. That.
Yeah, because I have the actual scroll.
Yes.
Is this the actual scroll, or is the actual scroll something else?
There
The
were
instructions
2 scrolls.
was
This
something
scroll was
else.
written completely in Dwarvish.
The actual scroll had all the arcane stuff,
Yeah.
like the instructions to ritual.
One
Yeah.
was closer to a scroll, and then there was this one that was written like instructions for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have the actual ritual scroll
Right.
because
Have
I'm
we
the
read that
ritual
yet?
caster.
Not really.
Hmm?
No.
Have we read that scroll?
So I've looked at it, but unfortunately, we haven't really stopped long enough for me to like study it. But I am a ritual caster, so
So
You
maybe
know.
we should do that just to be sure.
Well, Lana might
Well-
be right. Maybe the 4 flesh that we're just meant to open the door that we already opened. Possible.
that
I
could be what
guess.
it means by they will only walk familiar paths. They will only be able to go where they were authorized to go. And then it says, "You are not of us," and the stone will know that. The stone could refer to those stone tablets that contained those markings.
Yeah. So that if that's the case, all we need is the blood of a servitor held in the room of ascension, and that we still don't know what this.
We have a
Room.
fragment of memory from that room that
Yeah,
hasn't
we
been
got that.
touched by anybody, right?
Yeah.
That still has its memory in there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We
Yes.
we don't know what's going on in this throne room of silence though, so that seems like it might be the room of ascension.
Yeah. Hey,
And it
Linda,
had-
can you read through the ritual just to make sure that that's all we need?
Well,
Maybe the
yes,
instructions have something else.
I should be able to, but I will need some time to study it. Perhaps we could take a rest, short or long. It
Or
doesn't really
we
matter
could
to
go
me.
poke at the bloodletting chair while you do that.
I volunteer for poking at the bloodletting chair.
All right, let's go do that.
I mean, the only issue is, what if you cause something that would cause the ritual to be unable to be completed properly? It's dangerous to act without information.
I'm up
I'm
here.
glad you're here. I probably would have done that.
I think we should go get one of the Gemite guys and strap him into the throne and drain him.
Can I just look at the scroll first? Just please. But how long would it take me to decipher the scroll, Yuri?
It's not really a matter of deciphering. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but you guys crack me up. It's fairly basic. A good
Mhm.
Arcana check would be all that you would need to sort of puzzle through it. In
Arcana's-
order to actually conduct it, you would have to study it more closely, but to get sort of the feel for it, it would just be an Arcana
and
check.
understand maybe the requirements kind of
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, to follow the steps. Again, it's heavily notated. Like
Alright.
it really is built for magic for dummies. Like they really don't think you guys are
Okay.
gonna get close.
I
love
have a +8 to Arcana, so Don't
This is something
fuck
I
me.
should burn an inspiration die on. Take one.
yeah, okay, I'll take it. And that's what, a D8 currently? Okay. I will take that.
One.
I'm glad I gave it.
Well,
I
rolled
what
none
the
ones.
fuck? What?
Talking
So
sass.
what do we do now? Do we have all the ritual casters crowd around and look over our shoulder?
Well,
I
are
could
there any
technically
other
ritual cast, but I don't.
Yeah, I can too.
I don't necessarily think this is the kind of ritual.
No, this would
Yeah,
definitely
I think there's a
be
difference
foreign.
between divine, like religion
Yeah.
ritual and Arcana ritual.
I am.
Plus,
an,
you know,
I
like
am an
Kern just
arcane
does.
ritual caster. Could I take a try at it?
You're an
What
arcane
would the-
ritual caster, but you're not a wizard per se. You're a
No.
spontaneous caster, so things come differently for you.
Okay.
You would be able to understand it, but the actual like step by step would be a little foreign for you, just because the way you create magic. So
Gotcha.
in
So,
studying
so,
the
so
scroll,
since I'm a researcher, and you said this is a scroll for dummies, is a 12 high enough? Being
Yeah.
a researcher
It
and
gives
used
you
to
a
breaking down
general.
rituals.
I mean, you get a general idea in checking it over. They do outline the steps very carefully about what it is you're supposed to do, and it's not an exceptionally difficult ritual on the face. It is a summoning ritual, especially when you've seen before. It's designed to step one, go hole in the box. It's designed to summon a guardian spirit, but it's been the ritual itself has been really truncated and very, very specifically set up so that the guardian spirit is only designed to attack one person as
Yeah.
opposed to guarding an entire area.
Sure.
So what the ritual asks you to do is to draw the lines with the acid. That's the first thing that you have to do. So you have to
Mhm.
draw a circle, and all the arcane markings have to be done with the acid that you have.
Okay.
And then the other part of the ritual is to sacrifice the crystal in the center of the circle.
Okay. Or
And
probably a memory associated with the thing we're summoning.
probably. And then at each of the cardinal points, you have to sacrifice the flesh that's been left for you. And the ritual does say specifically you have to claim an unlife.
So we're sacrificing undead flesh specifically.
You are sacrificing as in you have to set in a very particular location for undead entities and eliminate that life as part of the ritual. And then the last step is to take the blood of the servitor and add it to the crystal shards in the center. And from that memory and that sacrifice, you'll be able to create this guardian. And then it gives you the very specific instructions you're supposed to give the guardian, actually spoken to the guardian, in order to get it to follow your commands.
Okay, so next question. Okay, so first, does it describe the servitor at all? Does it like say, yeah, it's a thing with gem eyes?
No.
You know, Ice for Gym. So it doesn't really describe servitor. It just says servitor.
Yep.
Okay. Next question.
But the term, I mean, it's like capitalized, and this is clearly a position. The term of servitor is a position.
There were 4 stuffed dwarves in that hallway, weren't there?
There's a lot of stuffed dwarves.
I mean, over here though.
There are 7 in the first hallway, and then there are, I believe, another 6 up here.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's not that.
Quite a few.
And if the undead has been made recently re-dead, would that cause the ritual to fail?
Yes, because part of the ritual is the actual killing, quote unquote, of the undead flesh. It's actually a step in the ritual. So if you bring something that's already dead into the circle, it will not work.
How many of those things did we kill?
Both of them. It's okay. There's 2 with the gem eyes. We can use them maybe.
I did sense undead beneath us when we were up on the 2nd floor, so maybe the grubs are undead. Maybe we can go grub fishing.
What about the gem-eyed guys?
So
They're definitely undead.
See,
They're stitched up.
We haven't ruined it yet.
And then, okay, so asked about the servitor, asked about the undead thing.
What is it, Kern?
Um,
Alright, let's let Kern say whatever he's
no.
trying to say.
It's fine. We'll go through this. I really don't know if I want to bring this up or not.
Bring it up.
What is it?
Technically, there is a spell on the cleric list that allows me to create undead stuff.
Oh.
Amazing. That's convenient.
Oh. Kern, that's evil. Kern, that's evil.
Well, it's only
This
evil
isn't
depending
Kern,
on
this
how you
is
use it.
Sid, and I don't know if I want to go down that route
Oh,
at
okay,
all.
gotcha.
I probably don't.
okay.
I probably do not at all.
But we've
Let's
got
see.
some already were undeads. What's the harm
Yeah.
in making them re-undead?
And the acid is the marrow acid, right?
Yeah, the acid is the essence of the marrow. That's the way they would classify it. I'm simply calling it the acid, so I don't have to keep saying marrow essence.
Sure.
So we do have 2 people who would work as undead things, the gem-eyed people, but otherwise we are out some undead.
No, I think those are the servitors, and I think that the 4 bodies upstairs are the undead. We just have to figure out how to make them wake up, and if we get them to walk familiar paths, maybe they'll go to wherever we're supposed to do this ritual.
Have I mentioned that I don't want to sacrifice our friends?
Well, I
Is
mean,
that-
you say friends, but we were only gone for apart for a week or so, so they're not that
Hey,
close
I
friends.
make friends very quickly. Friends.
Stop
And
doing
that's
that.
just the echo, not actually Davynn, not being a-
Okay, so we have to trace the circle with the acid, place the memory crystal at the center.
Smash it.
Smash it. Then we have to place 4 undead at each of the cardinal points, and then pour the blood of a servitor over the crystal.
Well, you have to kill the undead. You set the undead up
Yeah,
on the
place
cardinal
them-
points.
place
kill
them on the cardinal
them.
points and then kill them.
hmm
Then
use the blood of the servitor with the shards of the crystal.
with the shards, and then give very specific instructions to the summoned guardian spirit.
Yes,
Okay, and that's the entirety of the ritual.
that is the ritual.
What are we getting this guardian spirit to do?
Well, it's supposed to kill a single person, and based off these instructions, I believe it's supposed to attack and kill this high priest of theirs.
Cargood. But here's the thing, do we actually want to do that? We haven't even met the guy and we're already doing this ritual to kill him? I think we should meet him first. Let's get the ritual set up, and then, go around, maybe ringing a bell or something to attract his attention, say, okay, we got this ritual set up, come out if you want us to not sick this guardian spirit on you. And then, parley with him. And then that way we can pull the trigger on this ritual real fast.
I mean,
It's already all set up.
So
these rituals are very delicate. They can be very, very easily interrupted. If just one thing goes wrong, it could have adverse effects rather than completing. So if we say, hey, we have this ritual ready to potentially destroy you unless you talk with us, not only do we not know
Do
where
we
he
know?
is,
Do we know what kind of spirit this thing creates?
the guardian spirit, likely from what I can tell, it's based off of whatever memory is inside that crystal.
Do we know if it's like undead? Like, is it celestial? Like fiendish?
It would actually be more of an elemental spirit, based on your reading, Lily.
Okay, that works
more
too.
more elemental, I think.
So, if we take some time to do this, I'm sure. You're a master transmuter, obviously.
Yes.
Would you be able to take some of our silver and grind it down to a fine powder? That way, when we summon this thing, I can create a circle around it to contain it. That way, we have it ready to go at just like a moment's notice.
Well, that's a good idea.
Well, then another thing I can do is inside, sort of around the area that we have this. Does it say how large the circle has to be?
Yes, it actually says very specifically that it has to be 20 foot by 20 foot.
Okay, damn. Never mind. I didn't say that.
Let's just go with Kern's plan since it's a good one.
Yes. The other problem is, I think the walking familiar paths. I think that means it will go to this high priest of theirs. I don't think that means, like, because we don't really know where he is now, do we?
Well, it's presumably he'll show up once we do the ritual. Or something, I don't know.
I think what it is we do the ritual and the guardian spirit will be able to find him based off of the flesh we use. Is that something I could surmise from the ritual area, or would that require further study, or would I have no
It would
idea?
definitely take a little more study. Again, the ritual that you have, there's enough components of it that you recognize it as a summoning spell, and you recognize that it's summoning some sort of elemental force, but it is still Cathalros magic. So there's a lot of intricacies that don't make sense to you. Like the smashing of the crystal and adding Server's blood, total Cathalros. Like
Yes.
that's weird. Like that's not something you've run into before. So there are a lot of elements that don't necessarily make logical sense to you.
So there's a lot I'm not very familiar with in this style of ritual casting. But that's what makes the most sense to me. It's the reason why they very specifically said use the full flesh we laid out. They walk familiar paths. So you said I just need to grind down
100
something.
silver pieces into fine powder. But you can transmute
Okay.
stuff in between stuff, right?
Yes, I can. I can specifically. Hold on. I can. Okay. So I can transmute anything entirely made of wood, stone, iron, copper, or silver, turn it into any one of those materials, and if I spend 10 minutes, I can transform up to 1 cubic foot of material. It'll last for an hour. Which
Yeah.
a
Yeah, we can
hundred,
just-
100 silver ground up into a dust would probably not take up an entire cubic foot of material, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, is there anything we have that would be easily? Sand. Sand is stone. Just really, really tiny stone. Do we have any sand? Can we get sand? Sand would work best, actually.
I don't think. I think Nelline will know if we transform sand into silver and then try to, pass that off as
I mean,
a material component.
it actually is silver.
We're rich. Let's just grind silver.
All right, fair enough. And I can definitely do that.
Okay. Like I'll pay for it out of my expenses, but
Okay.
so the thing is this circle will last for an hour. Actually, I'll just put it up there. I assumed that I was gonna like maybe make this to like cordon off people. So
what you're saying is we can complete the ritual, cast the circle to prevent this elemental force from leaving, while we go and find this high priest or attract his attention and say, "Hey, we have this thing that's going to try and kill you. Come and talk to us."
Yeah.
Or we let it
Basically.
loose.
Yep.
that way it doesn't like wander around.
Yeah.
I
We're
Right.
know
still
where it is,
Although it does
and I
create the
can just
question
like
of
and I can just like end it.
you can end the spirit. You can just banish it.
I can end the circle, because if we do it right, it's only going to attack him.
Okay, but
Otherwise, we just, if for some reason we decide to like side with them, then we just kill it from outside the circle.
okay, we can do that.
Yeah, you can't move out of it.
All right. Cool. Sounds like a
Gary,
plan.
so to grind this silver, would that be alchemy kit, or would I have? I mean, I do have a spell that would do that, but would my alchemy kit work? Since I
I thought
have
that was just a transmuter ability.
transmuters can change substances from one thing to another. But I do have a spell that I can use that will do the same thing. I just want to see if my alchemy kit will allow me to do it.
Your alchemy kit, it would be difficult for you to grind that much silver quickly. You could dissolve it. Like, you could use acid to make it into a paste effectively, and then let it
I could
dry.
use a process to turn it into powder.
Yeah, and then powder it. You could do that. That would be, again, the spell would be the quick and easy way to do it, but you can do it with your alchemy kit if you want to expend some acid. And as a reminder, you did get 10 vials of acid from upstairs.
Yeah. So I can do this alchemically, or I can do this magically with a spell. How much time are you willing to invest is the question.
We gotta find
because-
the other stuff, so you can work on that while we go around and try to
Yes.
try and bring back people.
So you can, yeah. So I can start this process. Honestly, the largest bit's going to be letting the acid evaporate and leaving behind just the powder. It'll take some time, but I can absolutely do this.
Also, I can make this circle last for up to 3 hours if we want to.
I think 3 hours would probably be better. Just to give ourselves time.
Yeah, but that would blow my only 5th level spell.
Oh, can you not? Is it not a ritual capable spell?
Nope, it's not.
Oh well, I guess it's up to you, Kern. It's your spell and your plan. Where are we going to cast this ritual? I should set up there. I should. Let me see if it's on the instructions. Complete ritual exactly. Do not desecrate cargout. You must be honored. I'm assuming that's who we're summoning. It doesn't say. It doesn't say that we have to cast it in a specific place, as far as I can tell. So, well, wherever we cast this, that's where I should set up. If you'll let me cast a ritual, I can create a dome of safety of sorts. As long as you are within it when I cast it, you will be able to pass freely through it, but nothing can come through from outside of it. It'll last 8 hours or so, and it would give me a safe space to work, so that should anything unsavory or unpleasant be about, I would not be caught alone and unawares.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so Wherever it is was setting this ritual up. Let's go there.
Sounds good.
I think
I
that's
think we-
here.
Hmm?
Isn't it?
I think we should go wake up the zombies and see where they go, and maybe
Yeah,
that's where it is.
I think that's like one team needs to do that, and the other team will work on getting all the preparation set up in the area.
Well,
That's
we've still got 2 tasks. We still need the blood of the servitor and the 4 flesh. So I mean, if we're going to
Yes.
split into teams, one should do each, and worry about setting up later.
Well, the
Okay.
problem is this is going to take a lot of time. I can be a third team all on my own. Just tell me where I can stay.
But we don't know yet, so let's work on the zombies first, maybe.
Yep. Oh yeah, because they may not be able to go somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, so let's get these zombies done first.
Well, I suppose.
And I don't mean to be insensitive by calling your former friends zombies, but let's be real here. They're future zombies.
I don't think they're dead yet. Is the thing.
We'll have to see if they are already dead. If not, then they're probably not the flesh left for us.
All right. Well, let's go check it out anyway.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Heading upstairs to go to all the bodies up there and probably cannibalize our former friends' corpses.
Yep.
Yay!
Yay!
If they're actually already dead, because if they're not dead, then they don't know that we have the ability to potentially raise the dead, since most of us don't even know the fact that we have the ability to potentially raise the dead. Just Kern.
You can only
Yeah.
raise 1 undead, though, can't you, Kern?
So I can make an undead, and I can actually bring people back to life. Also,
Oh.
but it requires a diamond worth 500 gold pieces.
Oh. Yeah, we don't have that.
I can animate dead, but I don't think Kern knows he can do that, and I don't necessarily want to have Kern do that because of certain backstory stuff.
Yeah, that'd be a bit of a mental block for him, I think.
He's having a hard enough time dealing with the stuff and not wanting to kill everything right now. Yeah, so I don't think that's ever going to come up. Now that I think about it.
He by pooping on stuff.
Oh god.
All right. So plan.
He
is to
goes
go
with a
back
lot of stuff by
upstairs?
pooping on stuff.
Pooping is Coping by Kern Flannagan.
Scoping.
Cooping.
Pooping. God damn it. All right. So back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do my pen. I don't know. So go back upstairs. Any particular route you want to take? You do have 2 options. You can go through the corpse and maggot room, or you can go through the room of silence.
Room of Silence.
Yeah, seems fine.
Because that might help us That might help us figure out if it's the room of ascension or not.
All right. So you wind your way back through. You go past the 2 shuffling standing guards. Back up the stairs, which, again, as you recall, lead directly into the morgue area, where there are 4 bodies on the slab there, as
I feel
well
like-
as exits to the right and straight ahead.
Are we sure that these 4 are not our flesh?
Where are these? Sorry, I missed that.
4 bodies on the slab?
Where is this? Which room?
It's this room here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
wait, I
well,
thought there was only 2.
So did I.
There are 4
Oh.
in total, and then
Well,
there are
that-
2 up here.
Well, these are the 4 then. These are them. Let's just.
But there's there's 2 up above. We can do it without using our friends. Just putting it out
Yeah,
there.
let's try it with.
Can we-
Yeah, I agree with
Can
Davin.
we see if they're undead first? If they're already undead, then there's no point in...
Well, maybe we have to feed them marrow or something to make them undead.
No,
let's-
that's not
Hey,
what the
Xylund,
marrow
you
is
can do
for.
that thing where you detect undead
Oh, you're
things,
the marrow
right?
expert now.
Well, no, the marrow is used in the ritual to carve the circle.
It can do more than one thing.
Well, well, unless you're a Cathal Ross with an expertise on their way of doing things, I say we don't waste the resource that we need for the ritual when it...
I was just throwing it out there.
Anyways,
Just
can
to be
we...
clear, do you want these people to be dead?
Me? I don't care.
Can we just see if they are already undead? They might be.
Oh, I guess that's where I come in. I'll use my
Yeah.
I'll use my last
I just
divine
imagine
sense.
everybody standing around Xylund just looking at him expectantly.
So are any of these people either in this room or in the other library room undead?
Well, what's your range on your
60
undead
feet.
detection? Okay. The the undead that you pick up are beneath you,
How far beneath?
directly beneath you. By 40 feet.
So it's probably those gemstone guys.
Yeah, they'd be right beneath us.
Are there
Um,
4 of them?
No, there's only 2 of them.
Kern, with your investigation, these bodies don't appear to be dead. Mushnick and Johnny Winslow are looking a little battered and bruised.
My
And,
bad.
look like they've been in bar fights, and have bled, and not, you know, Xylund would probably have the most experience dealing with dead bodies, but not the sort of the rotted blood of those left behind, but like bright red. You can't see them breathe, but they are still fairly warm to the touch. It seems like more they're in a bit of a stupor than anything else. And that is true of all 4. Other
Since
than the
I
breathing.
do have knowledge of things,
Things and stuff.
at least
Yes.
like spells that I could potentially cast, would I recognize this as some sort of like gentle repose?
No, this is definitely not gentle repose.
Okay.
This isn't.
So it's not like somebody like killed them and then like as
No,
soon as
no,
they were
this
dying,
is
we're
this is
like,
not
you
magic
know what,
that
we're
was
gonna
worked on a
preserve
dead
it.
body. No, this is much closer to a sleep spell,
Uh,
a stasis spell of some kind.
and what about the other 2? Are they recognizable at all?
The other 2 on the slabs, no. They're
Are they
not.
also in the same sort of?
Yes, they're in the same sort of catatonic state.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't say that the flesh is necessarily undead. Maybe they're just hypnotized or something. We just gotta wake them up and they'll... Oh, but then we
Well-
have to sacrifice them.
We have
oh,
to
yeah.
sacrifice an undead specifically.
Well, do undead... Do they have pulses, I mean? Maybe?
No.
Okay.
And
Plus,
that's
none of these triggers undead for you, Xylund.
Right, okay.
that's the issue is they've left flesh for bodies. Now bodies could describe someone dead or alive. But we need for undead for the ritual.
Maybe we should not have killed these guys up over here.
Well, that's... Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Can we
that's
unkill them? Because that's kind of what the whole thing with undead is, unkilling them.
I mean, I don't know why that wouldn't work. Is there anything that tells me that that wouldn't work? As long as like the ritual is only just undead, sacrifice undead, right?
Yeah, it's well again, the only indication that the ritual has given is that they left flesh for you, and that again the line about they'll only walk familiar paths. So presumably the Kaltharos left you creatures that they have controlled in some way, but it doesn't say specifically if you don't use these, everything will fail. The body of the ritual, the actual text of the ritual, just has you sacrificing for undead.
Yeah, and the familiar paths is probably a reference to the fact that their hands can open these doors. Probably.
Oh, We don't know it.
So here's the thing. It just has to be 4 undead. The ritual doesn't care about which 4 undead. I don't know about the Cathal Ross's instructions, but the actual ritual itself just needs 4 undead to be sacrificed.
We only have 2, and they're probably servitors.
But hey, maybe we can, have one of them pull double duty.
Yeah, maybe. But that still leaves
What?
us with only 2.
Well, this also says that the blood of the servitors is held in the Room of Ascension. Well, that implies that it's not the actual servitor itself, just its blood.
Maybe.
Something that we can at least look into, possibly.
Maybe we could try to get underneath that throne. That seems to be where the blood collects.
Something like that. I checked there before and I didn't see any blood.
Hmm.
Well, do we have to sacrifice unlife, right?
Yes, specifically.
So these guys don't have any more unlife.
Well, if we had some way of reanimating them, they'd have unlife. I don't know that we do, so we either find more undead or we...
Frankenstein it, just like call lightning down.
What about the room with the maggots? Were there like just maggots in that room, or were there like undead hands reaching from the mushy wood?
They were being fed by corpses, remember? Corpses
So
hung
just
from
corpses.
the ceiling.
Right, okay, gotcha.
And were used as sort of like mushroom logs.
Okay, well, I'm not sure. This is a Cathal Ross place, so they probably have something about reanimating dead things. I don't like the sound of that.
Davynn, did you and my sister found some books, yes?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
couple up in the library.
Could we potentially have a look at them? They might...
they're in Dwarvish.
I can read Dwarvish.
Here's like 3 books. They're still in my inventory.
We could skim them and see if there's anything about reanimation in there.
Yeah, that's a
Wasn't it
good
a list?
idea.
Wait, what? Didn't we already go through it? And it was like a list of names.
Oh yeah, it was. It was like a... And then I did an investigation check and did shitty and didn't discern whatever I was supposed to discern.
I have something in my inventory that says Dwarven parchment letter. I think that was... I don't know. I don't remember
That
where
was
that came
was
from.
the letter that Xylund now has, because
That's
you
the
found the box
instructions.
first. Yeah,
Okay, so that's the
the
actual
instructions.
instructions.
And Xylund, if you recall, the book was a list of names, like an accounting ledger kind of
Mhm.
thing, but it was called the List of Ascendancy.
All right.
The list of ascendancy.
Well, that's significant. And that was in the room with the other 2 bodies over there?
Yeah, yep. Those were snagged from that room, and you flip through, a good sampling of the books because there's stacks and stacks and stacks in there, and it's all the same thing. It's names and dates.
We checked the bodies in the library, right? They were also dead? Not
They
dead?
were dead.
Or... Okay.
They were dead. They were. They had clearly taken a trip to the morgue, but they were both dwarves. They both wore the robes and tattoos of Cathal Ross, but they had been taken apart and stitched back together. But very dead.
Can I investigate the room and see if I can find any sign of this being the Room of Ascension, or see if there's any collection of blood or anything that can identify these dwarves' ranks
You
or
can
titles?
roll an investigation.
I will take
Names.
anything I can find.
Oh, that's good.
Hey.
Wow. All right. As you search around and look at the bodies, again, the bodies themselves, there's not a whole lot to glean from them. They do, as mentioned, have the tattoos on their palms, which would mark them as some level of importance, but you don't know enough to understand
Don't know enough
the
about
symbolism
Cathal Ross
of it.
culture.
Yeah, but they're clearly Cathal Ross as opposed to somebody that they found, like some of the other bodies. And in looking under this southern table here, as you examine the body, trapped underneath it, under the lip of it, is a vial.
Of
A
blood?
vial of blood, perhaps?
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Oh, that's concerning.
everyone, I believe I have found our servitor blood.
Lily, we're really glad that you're here.
Yeah, tell you how sorry I am
You
for
are a
killing your cat.
valued and appreciated member of the team.
Yes. Well, honestly, it's partially thanks to Xylund. He was able to. The title of the book was the Book of Ascendancy, and list of names. It made sense that it was the Room of Ascension, right?
Yes.
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 There
Lana
we go.
says slowly.
Team effort, and thank you for the apologies, Island. I will not seek retribution.
Oh, well.
I'm worried.
Okay.
I'm still worried.
So that's one more thing checked off the list. Now we just need the flesh, the 4 bodies. They only walk familiar paths, so be cautious. Tread lightly here, you're not of us.
So we have the 2 downstairs, and if we can find some method of reanimating those 2 over there, we would have our 4 undead. We would no longer need to, well, sacrifice these 4.
I'm not getting any pings from these grubs, am I, Yuri? Like, as far as undead?
No, the only undead things that you've gotten are, well, again, they're directly beneath you now, but they seem to be the shuffling guards
Okay.
downstairs.
Maybe they're like, don't slugs, or no, worms, if you cut them in half, they grow into 2 separate halves?
Some do. Yes.
Give that a shot.
I'm not an expert on necromancy, but I don't believe that's how it works. So, if you think about it, we were provided 4 undead gods, so to speak, that were just kind of passively standing there. Seems to me that those were supposed to be our 4 flesh. Now...
Oh, I appreciate the politeness. Very diplomatic.
That is Lily, soul of diplomacy. So, again, I think our best bet is going to be searching to see if the Cathalros have left any method of reanimation. Because unless we can reanimate these 2, we can't complete the ritual. We only have 2 undead downstairs.
Well, I guess that's what we're doing. Should we split up and look for clues?
I'm not really comfortable with reanimating people. That just doesn't.
Well, we're going to be
Yeah.
killing them again right away.
And also, like, they were already undead, which makes it seem better, but also worse at the same time.
They were already undead when we arrived, so...
Oh, these things up over here.
Yes, we don't need to kill anyone. And we're not going to be reanimating them for very long. And that's even if we can. I understand your discomfort, Kern, but it's either this or we don't complete this ritual and potentially not have a powerful ally on our side. And we have no idea how strong this Mad Priest is if we do indeed decide to fight him.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
We still don't know what that blood draining throne in the silence room does. Seems like...
Well, I could take a look at it.
Alright, there's also like murals on the walls and shit.
And shit, I wasn't in there.
Figuratively speaking.
Well... is any of it in Dwarvish, or does it appear to be more pictorial in nature? I could take a look at that.
I think it was
as well.
pictorial. It was like historical.
Well, how about this? I can take a look at both of those, and you all could potentially look for some method of reanimation, I guess? I'm not sure. How do you all want to do this?
I mean, there's a library up here.
That just seems to be like a
It-
guest book, but for the Marrow.
It
Uh,
seems to be a list of those who have ascended. So,
Okay.
probably what Davynn said.
Were you here when we found the vial of blood, Sid?
I don't think so.
We
We
a
found
vial of
the
blood.
servitor blood. 'cause
So this
that-
is the room of ascension up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So I think we might need to do everything in that room then, right? Maybe.
I
No,
thought, what if we took
well,
one of
no.
those corpses and strapped it inside the chair down below?
Yeah, let's do that.
So, also, we can't do everything in that room, Kern. We have to have a 20 by 20 foot space.
That would
It-
be that'd be a problem in that room.
Big ritual, yes. I think downstairs is the only place I've seen that
It's
might have
also
enough
right
space.
up here. Wait, nope, that's 15. I know how numbers work. Never mind.
So downstairs is probably going to be the only thing that has enough space.
I'm gonna shoulder a corpse and start heading downstairs.
Okay.
I'll go with Xylund.
You gonna
with
take the
other
gnoll
corpse.
or you gonna take the dwarf?
I will take the dwarf because gnolls are gross.
I was
Alright.
just gonna say I was gonna take the less gross one.
I'm too fast. I take it first.
Alright.
All right, so we're taking corpses downstairs because, I mean, we're going to have to bring them down anyways.
Alright. So you guys are hauling corpses
All right,
back
so
downstairs.
20 by 20. So is this the...
Really, the
is this
clan
what-
hall is the only place that's going to be large enough.
Yeah, this...
On the
This one
map,
right here?
technically, the maggot room is also big enough. We could do
Tech-
that.
But it's full
Alright.
of maggots.
Yeah,
But it is
not
full of
making a
maggots.
ritual in a maggot room.
Well, you can't see
Okay.
the floor either, so it would make drawing a circle on the
Yeah.
floor very difficult.
Also-
So you're talking about this room right here, Erie.
That's
being
not
the
only
clan
one
hall.
big enough.
The clan
Okay.
hall is down here.
Is it?
Yeah, the clan hall is the main hall. Yeah.
This is also under a spell of silence. As soon as you go in, no one can hear you talk.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
also a stumbling block.
Yes,
There's
yes,
a
yes,
throne up
this
here
is
with
room set.
various needles or something. It's basically a bloodletting throne, murals on the walls. This is the room I was talking about.
Okay. So basically, since Lily would have seen all this stuff last
Yes.
time, she's gonna basically, before we hit the room of silence, say, right, so from everything I've seen, the only room that's gonna be large enough will probably be that clan hall we found. So I will inspect this room we're about to enter, the room of silence, see what I can glean from it, and then I will head there to set up the ritual.
Okay.
Well,
Meanwhile, Davin and me are going to strap this guy into this throne.
I would also still recommend that that all of you join me for just 10 minutes so I can set up this dome of safety in case rest is needed by any of you.
Sure.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
And then going to investigate the throne and the murals to see if I can glean any kind of cultural significance or any kind of whatever it is that they describe, see if I have any familiarity with it. And then the throne to see if I can determine what it's for specifically.
Okay. You can you can roll history if you like.
Okay, history. I have a +8 to that too.
Huzzah! The walls aren't really telling you anything. The murals seem to be very battle focused. But there's not really enough for you to go on. Given how stylized everything is, it's probably more just a propaganda piece as opposed to an actual historical document.
Yeah. This is kind of like what you put on the wall of your.
You can't talk into
Yeah, we're in the
Oh
response.
damn!
I think we
I-
got that much last time we investigated it anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much the conclusion everybody drew the first time they buzzed through. Was
It's
it
the
was-
shit you put on the wall of your castle to make you feel good about yourself
Yeah,
and make everybody
we're
think you're
awesome.
super impressive.
Yeah.
Our clan is great, kind of thing.
Okay. And then what do I need to roll for the chair? Throne spike thing.
You can roll Arcana too. It doesn't have a
Hey!
whole lot of.
Okay.
It doesn't have much carving into it. It's fairly solid,
Mhm.
but it does have some arcane runes in it, and in the kind of the floor and walls around it. They're very subtle, but they are there. And this is a from what you can tell, because it is mixed in with dwarvish, but from what you can from what you can tell, this is a very much what it looks like. It is a bloodletter seat. It's a place to collect blood that is then used for other purposes.
Like the blood of a
the-
servitor.
would like the blood of the servitor. The Cathal Raw seem to value this blood very highly, and there are quite a few glyphs of warding, not active, that are on this chair and around it.
I'm going to motion for whoever is curious about what the chair is used for to exit the zone of silence, so I can tell them.
Cool, let's do that.
Yeah, where am I? I am over here. Okay. Right, so that chair is all it's for is collecting blood. Specifically blood they value, it seems. Blood that's to be used for other purposes, such as holds up blood of servitor, such as servitor blood. It had a few glyphs of warding, but they're not active anymore.
Okay, so chair collects blood. Anything else about it?
That's its only purpose. It doesn't reanimate anything, all it does is collect blood.
Okay, not as useful than expected then.
I'm gonna strap this body into it anyway. See
Alright.
what happens.
So you secure your undead friend into his safety seat.
Well, he's not undead. He's full dead, isn't he?
Oh, he's full dead. He was undead before.
Currently full dead friend.
Currently full on dead. Into his chair. And absolutely nothing happens. The chair doesn't seem to react. No blood is drawn, but of course there's not much blood to be drawn. And yeah. It's pretty anticlimactic.
Okay, so I will set up this dome of safety, which my sister, upon seeing the spell, has affectionately referred to as a tiny hut. But, I will begin the process of getting the materials Kern needs for his magic circle. If you find anything that you think might be what we need, and you're not sure, I can take a look and see if I can't determine any further. I think that's going to be the best solution. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to set up this dome of safety. If you would like to be able to go through it and enter it at all, you'll want to be with me when I cast it.
Alright.
And
then we can leave?
Yes, exactly. Once it has been cast, if you are inside it, you can enter and leave freely. Okay, so I am going to ritually cast Tiny Hut, which basically 9 people or creatures really, which will it be everybody, can fit inside. So I'm gonna ritually cast it, which basically it's just a super safe space. No creatures and objects can pass through it. Spells or magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside is comfortable and dry regardless of weather outside, including acid mist. And I can
specific.
and I can determine the lighting inside.
So as you sit and wait 10 minutes as Lily casts her tiny hut, there is a low rumble sound echoing down the hallway that led to the Marrow.
Oh, shit.
Of course there is.
It's a rhythmic thud against stone.
I am going to...
Over and over and over and over again.
I'm going to keep casting. If I can get this thing finished... If I can get this thing finished, then we at least have a safe space we can use as a sort of defensive position should that thing escape.
I've got my weapons out just in case.
Well, I got an
Okay.
idea.
Is everybody inside the circle?
Kern's all the way over there for reasons unknown.
Yes. Kern is
Yeah,
in
we're
there,
good.
I'm sure.
Kern, get in the circle!
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
I should hope not. I'm fairly sure you're older than me.
Well, who knows? Magic makes a lot of stuff possible.
Lily's found immortality.
All right.
How old is Lily and Lana?
I think we're like, what, 21?
Somewhere around there.
Fairly younger. Yeah.
Yeah. 20? What? Man, I'm not even old enough to drink.
Wait, what age did we settle on?
20, apparently.
Oh, really? Wow, that's young. Maybe
Yeah.
they're 21 by now. They're 21.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 21 now. We'll say their
You
birthday
guys
has
have made your
passed.
tiny hut. You are safe within it. Do you want to take a quick break to reset the audio real quick?
Oh, yeah,
before
sure, okay.
We move on.
I'll
Yeah.
get some coffee too.
Yeah,
We'll,
just
we'll,
5-minute break, water, and reset, and
Okay.
come back.
Sounds good.
we'll just say that the twins' birthday happened at some point since the mansion.
Okay, and then we cut their arms off.
That just
Okay.
seems to be such a good solution to all of our problems.
Apparently,
right?
that is go-to solution is cutting arms off.
Well, let's not cut my arms off. I kind of have to, use them.
Oh, you can cut off 2 of mine instead.
Let's leave your arms there, and I would rather have you able to use your bow and arrow and sword because
That's okay. I can
Otherwise-
just use it with my mouth.
I don't think that's how it works, and I would feel a lot less comfortable standing behind you for protection if you were defending me with a sword in your mouth. Just
Okay,
saying.
fine. Headbutting then.
We'll get you a pointy hat. We'll workshop it.
Pointy hat. Today on Conversations Within the Tiny Hut. All right, so Tiny Hut has been constructed. I will go ahead and grant you guys the benefit of a short rest. This is the only rest that I will give
Arcane
you
recovery!
in this location. So use it wisely.
So we can spend hit dice. That I forget how.
You can spend hit dice and any ability that resets on a short rest you may have.
And
Oh,
I got
there's-
my exhaustion.
So what you're saying
And,
is, when we
Tiny
go into
Hut-
the big boss fight, we're not going to have those nice spell slots back.
I'm just saying.
I
use it
will
wisely.
have those nice spell slots back.
Oh, some
I
of us
have
don't
arcane
get
recovery.
arcane recovery.
Okay, so level 8, which means I can get 1 level 4, a level 3 and a level 1, 2 level 2s, or 4 level 1s.
What have you used?
I have 0 level 2 and 1 level 4. Everything else is full.
Probably level 2.
So 2 level 2s and not 1 level 4?
What's your level 4?
Well, level
Option.
4 I have Evard's Black Tentacles, Fabricate, and Phantasmal Killer.
Yeah, probably the level 2s, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd go with those two. There's a lot of utility there.
Yeah, Arcane Lock, Blur, Invisibility, Knock, Misty Step, Levitate, Detect Thoughts.
All right. So,
And by the way, just for cognizance, the tiny hut does last for 8 hours without concentration.
Mm-hmm.
So if we need to run away from something, run here.
until it gets dispelled.
Thank you, Iyith.
Just say it.
All right. So how do we
I mean,
make
you're right,
undead?
though.
So, what would you like to do? You've
Not
had your
die.
rest. You have your tiny hut.
I want to make an undead.
Somehow.
So that'd be like an Arcana roll, and then I make an undead. Correct?
It's adorable that you think that's how that works. This will go under throwing familiars into an acid pit on things Xylund does not understand.
With that Arcana
Um,
roll, maybe he does.
So Lily's gonna start getting out her supplies, her alchemist kit, and is gonna take the 100 silver from Kern, and the acid, and is gonna take her cloak of acid back from her sister.
Ooh. Fine,
And-
it's fine. I'll mark it off my inventory. It's fine.
You can't have every magical artifact, sister.
Three.
Where did I get 3?
Wait, what do you mean? Where'd you get 3?
This is a discussion for later.
Okay.
Um,
Xylund, with your Arcana, what are you trying to do? Figure out how to make undead?
Yeah, I was just kidding.
But you do understand how to make undead.
How?
Well, you know that they're generally raised by magic.
Right.
And that's it.
That's it.
It's not something you know how to do.
Yeah, and
So does anyone know how to make undead?
No.
No.
Not really.
I figured I was already going to be hunted down just for being a wizard. I didn't need to add a necromancy into that.
How many more of those shaped stone things can you do, Kern?
I can do 1.
Okay, fuck.
Maybe 2 more.
Because I was thinking maybe if we throw a body into the marrow, it'll come out alive? Or it'll dissolve into its
I
component
think
sludge
it'll
bits.
dissolve. I saw a lot of bodies floating in there. Most of them
Yeah.
look pretty dead.
Yeah, this is extremely acidic.
And you said there weren't any other undead inside the Marrow, just fiends?
Yeah, fiends. Yeah, it wasn't a very good idea. And we can't do it really anyway without opening the door, and then it seems like a waste of resources to open and close it again for something that's not going to work properly.
Yeah, really our only option is finding some method of reanimating these. Which, I suppose that was along the lines of your suggestion. But books, libraries, scrolls, those are the kinds of things we're looking for. Artifacts, maybe. Magical artifacts, I can identify those.
Maybe if we can,
Hold on. What if we check out the Capital Ross memories of somebody raising undead that we can learn from?
Oh, good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that.
Cathalros memories? You mean upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. That should work. Depends
Alright,
on
let's go.
the memory. I would have to see it. So do I need to make a roll to start melting down this silver, turning it into
No, you
paste?
just you just roll your alchemist kit. It doesn't.
All right.
That just
I have
determines how long it takes.
an 11 bonus to this. This better not fuck up. Hey.
Yeah, it'll take you some time, but again, you guys did take your short rest, so you'll have to leave it for a little bit or to completely make it into powder. But yeah, I mean it's certainly not anything out of the ordinary.
As soon as I have enough, like just sitting and drying, I'm gonna take off after Xylund and Davynn so they don't pick up the crystal, lose the memories, and then suddenly I can't see them.
Okay, so you guys are going upstairs to look at the crystal room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I know
looking
this is-
for any people who are any memories that deal with raising undead.
And specifically for ones that have methods, like rituals specifically.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. Those of you who are up there.
Allow me to assist.
Thank you.
Oh
Davynn.
god. Oh, there you go, Xylund.
No, I didn't assist.
So you guys are all crammed into this room of crystals. Just nose to nose with them, trying to scan. And there are so many here. You don't really see any that give you the perspective of an undead ritual, or a ritual to raise the dead. Most of the memories seem to come from those that are being raised. So a lot of the memories here are from home life and from battle and from fairly mundane things.
So basically, what I'm getting from this is they're all so they're all basically used for the same purpose that the crystal we're using is for. Like they're
Um,
all so that they can do things with the memories of the undead they've raised.
It seems to be, again, these memories seem to be taken. They're snapshots of people's lives.
Mhm.
And they don't appear to be focused necessarily on the time of the time of their deaths or the time that they're brought back. They seem to be more just everyday sort of things. So,
Yeah.
yeah, how the Cathalros use them is still kind of a mystery, but given what you've seen from the ritual, it seems to be that's part of their process is using these crystals to somehow program the things that they bring into being.
I'm gonna turn to Kern, and I'm just gonna say, well, that was a bust. Is there anything you can think of?
No, not really. I mean, there was this book I read about, like, you know, a guy who took a whole bunch of different parts of monster or people and then like shocked them together with a lightning storm and brought something to life. But
Jack Nicklaus, The Curse of Frankenstein.
yeah, exactly.
So, I think I read the book that book is based on. Galvanization was the procedure they used. Didn't...
No, Galvanization was a different character.
Unfortunately, electricity alone would not work. It would have to be magic shaped by intent, unfortunately.
I don't know.
Alright, well.
Maybe we should see if any of the maggots are undead?
I don't think
I
they
think-
were.
I think they're just used for basically mushroom farming.
Well, that's a problem.
Yes, I think you said. Oh god.
Well, the end result is essentially that we will not be able to do this without these two being raised. So, unless somebody has any ideas.
I mean, I could try to heal them, but I don't think that's how it works.
No. There's gotta be some other undead here, right?
You'd think so.
Unfortunately,
I mean, we
it
run
is
into them
not.
all the time. Except when we want to run into them, apparently.
Yes. Well, you also have to remember that the majority of the ones that we run into are also very hostile. And for the purposes of this ritual, they don't have to be docile, but it would go a lot better if they were. Well... I don't imagine divine magic would deal much with necromancy. Sister, I know that they didn't teach you necromancy at the College of Merriford.
No.
Do we recall upstairs? Was there anywhere that might have books or anything regarding that?
Well, again, you guys saw sort of the account and ledgers. Nowhere else that you saw had anything that looked like a library or even what you would consider like a temple library. Xylund and Lily, you guys checked out sort of the dorms, which looked like they had sort of like scholarly desks and things like that, but all of that had been cleared out. There wasn't anything left behind.
Is there anywhere else we could look that might have either artifacts, books, scrolls, anything that might be capable of raising the dead or telling us how to raise the dead?
You guys have seen everything that you've seen so far, and there hasn't been anything here that resembles a library in the traditional way.
So you guys knew two of these people on the slabs in life. Would you be
Yeah.
able to recognize their memories if you saw them in the crystals?
Possible. Wait! Hold on! If we can wake up Lushnik, he can totally raise dead.
Can he?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
shit.
can.
Well, let's wake him up then.
Wait, does anybody have a dispel?
I do.
Spell magic.
Oh, I do too.
Well,
What the fuck, guys?
son of a bitch!
Okay, let's go try
Take
that.
off. Oh, also, I'm gonna draw shape. I want. It's supposed to be a circle, damn it. Let me draw a circle.
Let's just do this thing.
So
I like to think
the
this
crew
tiny
runs
hut is slowly
Scooby-Doo
transforming.
gang style, all the way up and around.
Just so we
To-
remember there's a tiny hut.
to the makeshift morgue, and you want to try and wake up Mushneck. Okay, now before we do this, Michael, can you do Mushneck's voice?
Ah, I can try.
Yay!
I don't know exactly how good
Yay!
it is,
Alright.
but I can just try to rant on, and maybe I can do something that matches Mushnik's general cadence and
You're gonna
tone
be
and
so
all that.
mad he
I've never
misses.
tried to match the tone of another character that Ulric's player Twinki has played before, but anyways, yes.
Oh my
Don't,
god.
Alright.
don't forget to talk about respect and elders and back in your day and all that.
And Bromble.
Okay, got it.
Rumble doesn't speak.
No, but he likes Bromble.
Oh yeah, don't forget about Rumble as well.
Not a Bromble. Okay, so you're back up in the morgue. You're
Oh
once
my
again faced with your 4 slabs and 2 friends and 2 people you don't even care about. What are you gonna do?
Kern, you want me to dispel it or you?
How many level spells do you have?
3.
I have 3 too.
I
I'm
can
down
give
3
you an-
total.
I'm down 2 total, but I don't have 5th levels to begin with.
Okay.
And I can give you an inspiration die that you can add to your check.
Okay, fine. I'll dispel. Give me the.
Yeah, you got the die.
Yes, if I need it.
If you don't pull it off, I'll do it.
I will attempt to dispel the magic around him.
Alright, make your ability check.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Man.
Why we gotta make those things, huh? They
Mhm.
ain't necessary. We're just guys. We're basically gods.
Yeah. Splat.
Oh, we
How's-
good.
That's
Alright.
pretty good.
Holy crap. Alright. You are able to spell the magic that has been holding Mushneck, who very, very slowly sort of comes to consciousness, clearly very disoriented at first, but he begins to breathe visibly now, and although he is still a little battered and bruised, he is at the very least awake.
Oh, what happened? What happened to my head? Why am I so hurting everywhere? Where did all the other people go? Oh, hi, it's you.
Oh God!
What's the matter? Why are you shushing me for? You
My
can't be
hands like
shushing
on
me
his
right now.
mouth.
You gotta be respecting your elders. Where's Bromble? Where did Bromble get off to? Did you take away my Bromble?
we're gonna need you to make 2 more Brombles.
I suppose I can do that. Can I do that? Can he do that?
Oh God! It's bleeding over into Michael.
He can.
If anything, he'd probably know what to do.
He can technically. He has, because all of his spells would be refreshed, since he's technically had a long rest.
The longest of rests.
A
The longest-
long rest.
The longest of rests, and he does have 2 animate dead.
No, I thought you folks said something about these zombies not being very savory. It's good to see that you guys have changed your minds. He says as he's continuing to reanimate these dead corpses.
Lily is staring at him in horror, and then she looks at her sister in just complete, like, what the fuck?
2 continuous weeks. Anyway, let's get this done.
Well, it looks like there's been 2 of you now. 2 of you horrid people. It's good to meet you.
I learned
What's your
how to clone
name?
myself.
I'm Liliscea Lanfryd.
Liliscea Lanfryd. That's a very long name.
I knew a fellow with a long name once. I changed his name. It went back down to Bromble. Everybody's name should be Bromble. Bromble's a good name. It's short, it's not sweet, it's memorable.
Lily is going to just back up slowly. Right. Well, I quite like my name, so I think I'll keep it. And then she's going to hide behind Lana.
I can't keep this up. Somebody save me.
That's okay. It's okay. You're fine.
As soon as he's done animating dead, kill him.
Xylund, he is. I mean, he does have mushrooms growing over the majority of him, so he's the most fascinating man.
Any I recognize? Any with hallucinogenic properties?
Could do a nature roll. If you're gonna harvest this guy.
Oh my god.
That Xylund needs new people. None that look hallucinogenic to you. They look fairly common. Unfortunately.
I don't know where
Nothing.
he's been anyway.
Yeah, nothing that looks. He is fairly. I mean, he's been cared for, but
At the very least, he's been on a Cathal Ross slab.
yeah, there's only so much you can do with Mushnik. Okay, so Mushnik is able to, as I mentioned, animate. So I assume you take him to where you guys have the bodies?
Yeah.
The first two
Yeah.
undead we killed, I guess.
Okay, well, one you left in the chair.
Yeah, we can bring the
yeah.
bodies back up. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
add
no,
some
no.
plaster in the
Let's bring
holes.
him to where the tiny hut is, because that's where the ritual's going to be done.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
And then
Oh, this entire place is so creepy and all, but then again, it kind of reminds me of home. It's underground, it's all wet and damp, and it kind of smells like shit, which is where mushrooms growing. Have I told you about my mushrooms?
Hey, shut up for a sec.
No,
how
I'm
many-
not going to shut up. you go for it.
I take
One
a ration
second,
out of
one
my
second.
bag
Nope, I
and
got
I
this, I
shove
got
it in his
this.
mouth.
I got this. It's been 10
I need
minutes.
to ask him a question, though. How many undead can you raise at a time? Because if you can raise 4, we don't have to even mess with those Gemite dudes.
Can
Well, they
we?
were left here
No,
for us.
he can only raise and control one undead at a time.
Oh, God.
No, that doesn't
Wait.
really help then.
Well, the thing is, if you were animating the corpses that you previously killed, once Mushnik raises the first one, he completely loses control over it. So in that case, I would allow him to create a second one, since the first one will
Because-
no longer be under his
Ah.
control.
And
Well,
it
that
would
works.
revert back to being
To
under
whatever
the same
they did
whatever
to
it was
it.
doing before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so let's
Well-
bring down one of the undead
The
bodies.
spell allows control of up to 4 creatures.
If you use higher spell
Gotcha.
slots, which
Well,
he does
no,
not
that's
have.
like if he casts it to reassert control over it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he doesn't, but
Well-
because he won't have control over it, I'll allow him to have multiple existing
Right.
at the same time. He just won't be able to command them like he normally would.
Well, in that case, shall we go collect the other 2 on the way down?
Yeah, let's start with this.
Would the silver powder be ready by now, Eerie?
By the
With
time
the
you
time
guys
that's passed?
get down there, yeah, by the time you're hauling bodies and getting Mushnik around and
Yeah.
listening and not leaving him in the room of silence and
Okay, well,
Alright,
you guys
well,
deal with this. I'm going to try to wrangle one of the Gemite guys over here.
Well,
Please
Kern,
take me with you, please.
Alright, come on, Davynn.
Kern, by
Thank you.
the time we get finished, by the time we get there, the your silver powder should be finished.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, so Scooby-Doo gang in the tiny hut, animating corpses like bosses. While
We're not-
Huh?
I was about to say we're totally a good party, guys.
Yeah, you're fine. Well, Xylund and Davynn are gonna go poke at the big Gemite undead. Yes?
Yes.
Always.
Alright. So, you approach these 2 massive orcish looking things. Are still kind of doing a little shuffle in their respective rooms. Still not appearing to respond to your presence. at all.
So, I was thinking we could try to lasso one around the neck and sort of lead them.
Yeah,
on
we
a
could just
leash.
try that. Well, didn't the last time we tried that on something cause it to be decapitated?
Did it?
Yeah, with
Oh,
Sia
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. It
So
did.
maybe around the waist this time.
Well, that seems harder. I could try grappling it. Just stick my grapple gun into its flesh and then pull it along that way.
We could just try lifting them up. I'm pretty strong. You're pretty strong.
Well, I guess. Well, we should go see how they react to us going in, like poking them, maybe.
Okay.
I will poke one of them.
Okay. So Davynn pokes, and your finger kind of goes in a little bit. It squishes.
Oh shit! I can levitate.
But they make no. Yeah. But they make again. They don't seem to react to being poked.
Well, let's just take them by the hand and lead them. Then maybe.
All right, I guess we'll try that.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Except
Fine.
I will wrap my hand in something so it doesn't get all dirty.
All right. Well, I mean, you did have your filthy, awful shirt from before.
Right, everything I'm wearing is covered in shit right now. I forgot
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Never mind, I'm good. Can't get any worse.
No, not really.
You say.
So you take one of these shambling beasts by the hand. Xylund takes the other by the hand, and they actually do follow your lead, although very slowly and taking very tiny steps. They will go into this main corridor here, and they will follow you here. But once it gets to here and everything starts to narrow, because if you remember there are statues that line this wall, and it starts to get narrow and lead to the north, they pull very, very gently in this direction.
No, this is the they can only walk familiar paths part.
I don't want to go through there.
Maybe we can ride on their shoulders and sort of dig our heels in to spur them in the right direction.
We can try.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead, each of you make athletics check.
Don't we both still have exhaustion?
I don't. Oh wait, I do. I forgot about that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Crap.
We all have exhaustion?
Hey, look at that. Oh, that was you. Hey, look at
We're
mine.
not bad.
Mine was good
We're
too.
not bad.
Yeah, you guys are doing fine. I mean, even with exhaustion, you guys have been doing fine. So you're able to sort of get piggyback on these guys. They don't resist at all as you
Yeah.
climb up.
Yeah.
They are very squishy though. So as you get settled, you can kind of feel yourself sort of sinking in a little bit to the shoulders, and you know, any place you touch them, your hand kind of goes in. It's not entirely pleasant.
This is
Yeah,
gross,
this is
but
fine.
awesome.
But
No, it's not.
You are effectively riding these massive orcs.
Gayle always misses the coolest shit. You should be here taking this down.
What happened to Gayle, anyways?
He's staying with the dragon.
Dead.
He's in a better place.
Farm up north.
So these guys shamble across the mushroom farm. You can hear everything kind of squelch and pop as they go. And they walk very slowly down the ramp and through the maggot farm, grub farm. The grubs
faster, please.
to bother them, but yeah, these guys are not in a hurry. This is
Walk faster, please. This place
this
smells
is a
terrible.
this is a very long, slow journey, and now that you are higher than you were before, you're much closer to the corpses that have been hung from the ceiling.
I don't like that either.
And there really is no steering these guys. They clearly have a very set path that they wish to walk, and they're going to walk it. And as they do, every now and again, a hand or a wad of bloody hair or scalp will brush
Yay!
against you as you go through this horror show of squirming and scrabbling bugs
Xylund,
and dripping
when we get
corpses.
done, we are going to have a bath.
I have alcohol to sterilize our mouths with, so that we don't catch anything.
Okay, please give me some. I will use it to sterilize my mouth and also my mind.
That's what it's for.
So you guys make your ways all the way around. You get to the poop hole room, and you can again hear that rhythmic thud that echoes through. Something very heavy slamming against stone. The orcs don't seem to care about the moss. They're fairly sure-footed, if slow, and make their way easily through. They have to squish pretty hard to get through the last bit of the corridor, and they're visibly, not thrilled about this. They go even slower. They have to turn slightly sideways, and they end up leaving bits of themselves on the walls as they scrape up against it. The
Why
skin
is it
kind
that
of
they always
flaking
go
off.
slow in the smelly places?
But eventually, your ride comes to an end in the clan hall.
Yeehaw!
Hey guys,
Lily,
we got him.
Lily looks up from where she's Lily looks up from where she's preparing the ritual, raises an eyebrow at the two of them. Having fun, were you?
I
Yes.
was for a second, and then I stopped having fun after they went through the poop, and also I think I touched like 5 dead people.
Well, Davynn, you know what? You were the one who decided you didn't want to deal with Mushneck, who is currently under the cone of silence.
Yeah.
It's a 10-minute ritual spell. I can keep it up the whole time.
So, you now have 2 ogres, the Gnoll and the Cathalross from upstairs have been raised by Mushneck, although he no longer has control over them.
They're
So now
still
you
docile,
have-
right?
I'm sure we
Yeah.
could tie one of them up in
even
case.
after he raised them, they have yet to be hostile. Like they don't even seem to acknowledge your presence.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to drop the tiny hut in order to do this ritual, won't I? It'll interfere. All right.
Well, should we take a long rest before? Well, we got that thumping to think of, though. Okay, let's just.
Well, I
press on.
mean, we could take a long rest, and I can set up an alarm that will let us know if it manages to break out. So we could
Yeah, but
potentially take a long rest. With the hut will last that long.
We don't know how to deal with it if it does break out, though.
yeah.
All right. Well, I can do this ritual. I might possibly. Would I be able to do this, or would I need assistance?
To do the ritual?
Mm-hmm. Because I know it's big, but I don't know if anything has to be done simultaneously.
The only thing that has to be done simultaneously is the sacrifice of the 4 undead. They all have to die approximately the same time.
Okay, so I can do the majority of this ritual. However, when it comes to the sacrifice, the undead, that has to be done pretty much simultaneously. So
I've got a sword. Everyone else has got a sword. We can do that.
Can do.
yes, well, if some individuals would like to guard the hall while this is going on to ensure it remains uninterrupted.
Well, we all need to take an undead, I think, to and that
Well, we
leaves
don't-
one person to guard the hall.
Well, that can happen once we get to that step. This
It'll be
isn't
fine.
100% time sensitive. Just that part of it, really. Kern, if you want to go ahead and lay your silver powder down, about. Do you have enough to do about 25 feet? Wait, how much space do we have? Here.
Well, are you guys gonna begin your preparations?
Yeah, I'm gonna start the
Okay.
preparation.
Then I will.
Do we have everything? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
we-
zoomed in.
Yeah, this is a little more representative of the actual space that you have.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have everything. We have the 4 flesh, we have the servitor blood, we have the memory crystal, we have the acid. Right. So, if all the materials could be placed, probably right around here, so that I can access them. And Kern, if you want to make your, you have enough material to make your circle about 25 by 25?
No. The circle is. Let me double check. Magic circle. 10-foot radius, so 20 feet total.
Well, you can just do it inside the other circle then.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna
won't that-
circumscribe the circle.
Won't that interfere with the ritual area? Because it says the ritual has to be done exactly as it's written.
Yeah, exactly as written.
It
Then
doesn't
we
say
cannot-
anything about.
Rituals
say
are very, very dangerous, Island. If not done correctly, they can have disastrous consequences.
Well,
If
we're going to do the ritual as written. We're just going to add another ritual on top of it.
Well, the problem is the magic circle can interfere. We could end up summoning this thing, and it's completely outside of our control. Or we could end up summoning something else, or it could just explode and kill us all.
I think it's a chance worth taking.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, at least we have it confined to the circle.
Unless it's an explosion that seriously kills us all.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess
Or
we'll
rips a
cross that
hole in
bridge when we
reality.
get to it. Lots of things can happen. We don't know yet.
That's the reason why
We're
we should
following a
deviate
ritual,
from the ritual.
written down by a bunch of dead dwarves.
Yeah, exactly. We got to consider the sorcerer. We're not going to just do exactly what they
I
tell us to. We have
can't
Gary,
help
can I-
but agree here.
Yes.
Can I determine the potential impact that this would have
No.
on this ritual?
You're
Like, well, can
again,
I-
it's still Cathal Ross magic. At the end of the day, it's still Cathal Ross magic. So you have really no basis for how it would be impacted with it. As a regular summoning ritual. It shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, you really don't
Would I be able
have
to?
any idea.
Would I be able to at least determine whether or not it would interfere on the ritual
Yeah,
based
you,
on?
you don't know because it's a Cathal Ross ritual. It shouldn't, but you don't have any idea.
I think it's very, very dangerous to do this.
Well,
Okay.
I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to go let you guys do the ritual to kill this guy that we haven't even talked to yet. You know? You guys are basically doing this because a bunch of fucking undead
Look.
dwarf cultists told you to. We should
Look.
know
Oh,
what's
and they
going
gave
on.
us the dragon orb, which
Here's
is
here's what I'm saying. The ritual is to summon this thing, right? Afterwards, after it is summoned, after the ritual has been completed, there's a series of instructions that it must be given.
okay.
Draw your circle then.
And take 10 minutes while it might be killing us. Okay.
That doesn't make any sense. And also,
Okay,
it's
but
After,
hold on,
it's
guys.
after the ritual. Look, if
I'm
it
not-
if
I'm
it
just-
doesn't wait for us to give it instructions, then the ritual is not going to work from the get-go.
Yes, it is.
So if
The
he
whole
doesn't listen to our instructions, at least we have it confined as soon as we summon him.
Yeah.
But if the ritual messes up, then arcane magic is dangerous and they don't know what it's going to do. If Lily doesn't know what it's going to do, then I certainly don't want to risk it. I mean, she's the smartest person here.
You're
I
worried
start
about
drawing the
something.
circle in the center of the room.
You're worried about something potentially killing us. And so you're going to do something that will potentially kill us. How does that
On
make
our
any
own
sense?
terms. Well, at least we'll be dying on our own terms this way. I mean, I think you're being unnecessarily cautious. I think we'll be fine.
I think you're being unnecessarily cautious with this thing.
We're operating on the say-so of a bunch of undead dwarf cultists.
And I know ritual magic. It's dangerous to tamper with.
I don't know, if you were a better wizard, maybe I wouldn't have been able to toss your cat into a pool of acid so easily.
Savage.
Kern
Alright.
just backs up a step
If that's
away
how you
from
feel,
Xylund.
Xylund, then you know what? Do the damn ritual yourself. And Lily is just going to walk away. It's entirely possible for them to do.
Yeah.
If they're not going to listen to her, then she's not going to do it.
Okay. Circle, circle. In
Okay,
the
so Kern's
room.
doing his magic circle,
Trying not to make eye contact with anybody right now.
focusing on his circle.
I'm not as studied as my sister, but I can give it a shot.
Alright. I believe in
Alright.
you.
I
Also,
don't
Lily
believe in
drops
myself.
Lily drops the tiny hut.
Oh fuck! You know I'm in here too, right?
You have
Right.
a few
You
big,
can.
strong men there, sister. I'm sure they can take care of you.
Oh
And
yeah.
she's gonna go set up the tiny hut somewhere else.
I feel somehow talked down to. I'm doing this
Well,
ritual now.
All right,
I'm
so
doing this.
Lana's, you're doing the ritual basically in the
Mhm.
center of the stone plinth here.
Where's the circle that you drew, Kern? Because I'm gonna try to center it there.
Wherever the center of the room is. So
Well, it does have a massive pillar in the center of it, so I mean, you guys can
Where this-
work in this area unimpeded, or you can do it in the back unimpeded.
Davin, you're kind of magic-y. Do you think you could help Lana?
yeah, so probably
the
right
ritual?
there. So-
Okay.
I'm the kind of magic-y that doesn't do rituals, I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah.
I can try.
Okay.
I'm like halfway there. I'll give it a go.
All right.
And Roll20 doesn't have a circle tool, so
Which is so weird.
Yeah.
yeah. But like, this seems about right.
It used to have a
Right.
circle tool.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Rest in peace, circle tool.
Yeah, bye-bye, circle two.
20, who knows what to 2018.
All right, so
That's even worse.
Lana begins the ritual. Yes?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone's standing inside the magic circle or outside the
Uh,
magic circle?
Well, we gotta kill the things.
Yeah, everybody
so-
get
Yep.
to your respective corners, please.
Yeah, we all take an undead. I guess, yeah, we all need to take an undead since Lily's up now.
Is Moosey just standing around?
I say you do have mush neck.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mushnik, how about you go stand in that hall over there, and if you hear something break through the wall, you use that voice of yours.
Alright, I'll put Mushnik on the board.
Mushnik will attempt to say yes, but is still in silence, I believe.
Yes, I have kept his corner of the field silenced, but I'm going to have to drop that to do a ritual.
Alright, where do you want Mushnik to stand?
There.
There?
Which was the Doom? No, North Hallway was the Doom Hallway, right?
This is
Yeah,
the
up there.
Marrow.
Up
Yeah,
there.
that's
Cool.
the Marrow.
He can stay there.
Okay.
There's good. Not too close. I don't hate him that much.
So Lily, where did you go? Are you on this map at all?
I next walked away.
The next walk
I
away?
went to the. Sorry, I had my mic muted because I was eating.
Oh,
And I didn't want you guys to hear my disgusting chewing noises.
That's fine.
I went to that hallway in the north and set up another tiny hut.
Okay. That works.
And I'm sitting there trying desperately to see if I have enough materials for another fine familiar.
Aww.
And we know that you do not.
No, I know I don't, but Lily is going through her bag,
That's fine.
hoping she's missed some charcoal and incense and other things.
Alright. So, Davynn, Kern, Xylund, you all have your places with your undead.
I don't
Lana-
want to kill the undead that I wrote in here on because I got attached to him.
Okay.
His name is Squishy.
And I love him. And he
Yeah.
would be my squishy.
Xylund?
Yep.
We gotta kill him.
Oh, I know. I just don't want to be the one to do it.
Oh, okay. Someone else take that one. I think I gotta
Got
be...
it.
Thanks. I think I gotta be in the middle. I'm not sure, but I don't want
I'm sure Ulric
you know?
will take one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ulric can kill the squishy.
I don't know. Ulric's
I
probably
think Ulric would
out by
specifically
Lily
take the one
because
you
he
got
just wants an
attached to.
excuse to be angry at Xylund.
Yeah, probably.
I think he would take Squishy and murder Squishy
Yeah,
in a dramatic fashion
Xylund
just to
likes
spite
him.
Xylund. Just, make a production out of it, because he's Ulric. Alright, so you four each have your squishies. Lana, you got this.
Sure.
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh boy, I'm not
Oh
good
boy.
at that.
Can I assist?
Yes, you can assist.
I appreciate.
Alright, disadvantage.
What?
I have disadvantage, but that doesn't matter.
Okay, that could have been a lot worse.
That's good.
Yay! So you are able to muddle through the instructions. Again, you don't understand necessarily why you're doing what you're doing, but you are able to do so with
Idiot's Guide to Dark Magic.
Yes, exactly. With enough adherence to the steps. You draw your outline in acid. You use up all your container. Doing so, your hard-earned
Aw,
container.
I got attached to that container.
I know. You still have the container, but it is empty. You smash the marked crystal in the center. You give indication to the guys on the outside of the circle to eliminate their squishies on the count of 3. Which they do. And in doing so, the sort of the acid tinged lines that you've drawn take on a different cast. It has this roiling red of color that goes through it, turns from green to black, to almost silver on the floor around you, and then has a very faint blue glow as the last of the undead bodies hit the floor. And as they hit the floor, as they do, they decompose, disintegrate in rapid fashion. Years of decomposition taking place in fractions of a second, until they're nothing more than just piles of dirt and dust in the spots where they lay. And all that dust begins to gather around your feet and just lightly mix with the shards. And your last step is to add the blood of the servitor to your little growing maelstrom of dirt and crystal shards. In doing so, how do you want to do that?
No chance my instructions told me how to do that.
No.
They didn't. Great.
This is add.
Okay, I'm gonna interpret that as slosh it around the circle.
Okay.
Just try to get it everywhere.
Alright. You guys watch as Lana takes this vial of blood, just sort of power of Christ compels you all over this circle, just splashing it everywhere.
Sounds right.
And the bits that hit the floor, again, sort of exactly, a generous sprinkling of servitor blood over everything. The drops that hit the floor go screaming into the center of that maelstrom and get caught up in the swirling pile, and even the droplets that are mid-air seem to stop and reverse course and get sucked into it too. The maelstrom grows larger. Lana, as you stand there, sort of almost reflexively taking a step back to give it room to grow.
Okay.
And grow it does. Kern's hair begins to wave in the breeze cinematically.
What
Only
else
his,
is
though,
it
nobody
do?
else's. as the whirlwind in the center just grows speed, goes faster and faster, and begins to reach it towards the ceiling and become taller and solidify itself into identifiable trunk and arms and legs and finally a head. And when it's finished, which happens fairly quickly, there is a large earth elemental, it looks like a creature of rock and stone, standing before you, very golem-like in its appearance. It's not entirely natural. It's got a slightly sort of sandstone smooth effect to it. But it stands there, eyes black and dull, and mouth open, sort of slack-jawed. And so it's standing directly above you, Lana, and it's easily a foot taller than you are.
Back up.
Peering down slightly.
Instructions! Read the instructions!
Right, yes, I will do that.
Wait, what? What instructions?
Xylund comes back from a fog. What?
Huh? What's up?
We don't want to tell her what to do yet, do we? We want to talk to Kargat first.
Well, the thing
Where
is, like,
is
this will
he?
keep it.
I
All right.
definitely gave it the instructions to kill him.
You actually the last bit, the whatever you've been given to say, it's all in Dwarvish.
Fuck.
So you can say what you think that says.
And that's the story of
But-
how I told him to kill some random gnome. In a
Yeah,
different
but
country.
you
But I
don't.
will
You're
try.
not familiar with Dwarven script, so you're not even sure what letters correspond.
Here, I'll read it. I'll read it.
Okay.
So I'll just scan it quickly before I read it. What's it say?
It is very simply put. It commands the creature to seek out and destroy the holder of Kargut Bitter Grip's staff.
Oh, seek out the holder of Kargat Bittergrip's staff.
Do you say
Okay.
that out loud as you read
I'll
it?
give it a look. What's it doing right now? Is it just sort of chilling?
Its eyes now have a glow to them, like a flicker of blue behind them. So that has changed, and it's lifted its head up as if it's heard your words. It's not moving at the moment, but it does seem to be a little more animated than it was before. So as you kind of all stand and stare at this creature, from the very back of the room, one sec here, just beyond your circle and your machinations, beyond the braziers that light or that are on either side, comes a deep kind of chuckle from nowhere in particular. The gloom of
Okay,
the room.
I'll read out the instructions. I don't like the sound of that.
Okay. You read out the instructions in full now.
Yeah.
And the golem does not appear any more animated than it was before. It turns to you as you read, so it's acknowledging your words, full on, but it still hasn't moved.
Okay.
Maybe Lana needs to read it. Did we crush the memory crystal?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that he said it out loud, I can presumably repeat it a little bit easier.
Yes. Between the two of you, yes, he can. Yeah, he can help you.
Don't let
Thank
the
you.
silver circle drop yet, though, Kern.
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is fine.
So you guys are now both sort of instructing this golem, which has not moved. And from the back, just beyond the massive throne that exists here, a figure kind of coalesces out of the gloom. And I will pull him into existence here so that you can see him fully.
Oh my.
Yes.
That is weird.
Yes, a large pauldron-wearing dwarf appears at the back of the room, stroking a long white beard. He's got, again, very overblown militaristic outfit, blood red cape. He doesn't have the cowl that you normally associate with Cathal Ross, but he's got the same pallid gray skin and sort of flat eyes. The rest of them do. And he is very, very fancified. His beard is fully braided and reaches almost to the floor. He has staff in his hand, a big gnarled bit of wood and stone that looks as old as everything else around here. And he stands sort of taking in the scene as is, chuckling to himself, passing the staff from one hand to the other. And after a moment of shocked expressions, he slowly tucks the staff in the crook of his arm and does a nice slow clap for you.
Oh, so you're Karga.
We did it.
Hooray!
Hello, my name's Davynn from Whitfeld. Hey, Lily! Lily, I think something's happening!
That would be a good time.
La 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 la. I can't hear you.
So the other Cathal Ross want us to kill you. Why should we not do that?
He takes the staff back in his hand, leans against it and sighs. He's got kind of a very deep, raspy voice. He's clearly, fairly old. And he just heaves a sigh. My idiot children. I'm never quite sure what they have cooked up. This is surprising, though. Quite surprising.
What part?
Oh, that they went to all this trouble. Bringing you here, clearing out the stronghold. As if I wouldn't see, as if I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, can you tell us why we shouldn't kill you? Because we are here. And, like, unless we get, like, a better offer, I don't want to kill anybody, but, just putting it out there that they have told us reasons to, at least stop you from doing your evil stuff. And maybe they have evil stuff that we don't know about yet. I don't know. Xylund, help me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You got it.
Okay, thank you.
So he takes a step forward, a little closer to the stone throne. Offer you a deal. You would be open to a deal.
Well, we don't know what you're up to down here. How about you lay out your, plans and hopes for the future, and then we'll just sort of decide from there.
Laughs to himself. You're in my home, my hall.
Well, yeah, but we also got this giant earth elemental who we just told to kill you, so,
Or something.
And we also have other things that we shouldn't tell you about. Never mind.
I'm afraid I'm not sure what I can say to convince you. I can let you out.
Oh.
I can spare your lives.
Well, I mean...
But will you come after us afterwards? Because they told us that you were... What was the word that they used? Obsessed? Their words, not ours. With the dragon orb?
Oh, that. That would not be incorrect. You have it?
Nope.
Nope.
But what's your interest in it?
We have a vested interest in it as well, so we just want to make sure that our interests don't collide. Possibly accidentally.
His grandma made it.
Hey! I thought we weren't telling him about that stuff. Should we not tell him about that stuff?
Kern just goes up to the wall and starts banging his head again.
Kern gets 5 psychic damage from hearing this conversation.
Wait, should we not tell him that we have it too?
We didn't tell him.
Agony.
And for like kind of the first time, like his expression sort of breaks. He steps forward again. The orb?
No.
My interest in the orb. It's everything. If you have it, and you are willing to give it to me, I would give you anything you wanted. Anything at all.
Oh no.
Well, what's it do?
We know what it does.
Not really. We know it does bad stuff. What do you want to do with it?
I want to use it.
Yeah, for what though?
For evil?
Well, obviously, but what kind of evil?
I want to use it
Evil kind.
for what it was intended. It's a key. That's all.
Is it a key to like an evil realm?
You have a singular mind, don't you? Key. Oh.
Pardon?
It's just a key.
Okay, well, first things first.
I'm
We're
the
sorry, we
realist.
don't have the orb, but we can't give it to you if we did.
Well, if you don't have it, then you have nothing I want.
So, were you the one who
And
was sending all
besides-
those Cathal Ross after us? Like, when the inn burned down and stuff?
That's a very delicate question.
Not
I
really.
was operating under information that later proved to be unreliable.
From who? And what information?
From the gods, of course.
Good gods or the evil gods? Just kidding, they're evil gods, I know.
I love this whole conversation.
Okay, but so are you the one who possessed what's his face and the other one? What were their names? I look at Kern. The woman, the priestess of Nenameth, and the guy, her lackey. Tuvaris, was that one of them?
Bowen and Tavares?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you mess with their heads?
No, of course not. I don't know those people. I have a very sheltered life, as you can imagine. I glad to have met you all again. It's,
Again.
Again?
well, everything's a cycle, isn't it?
Build a circle.
You've met us before then.
In another life, perhaps. Maybe in the next one. This one's not going to last much longer unless you give me something I want.
How about some wicked awesome dance moves?
You and me, dance off, bro!
Oh my god.
No, I don't.
So
No.
I think it's pretty clear that this guy wants to open a portal to an evil realm. So that's probably worse than whatever the other Cathal Ross want to do.
Okay, thank you for coming around on that point.
What's the name? Just so we're absolutely clear, does the name of the realm you want to open a portal to have a name?
Yes.
What is it?
Hell.
Evil, big evil face.
That's more information than you deserve, children. Clearly.
I am a real life adult.
Are you done with your parlay? Are you done with this charade?
Are you
don't
asking
know.
should we start fighting?
I have no desire to fight with you. I find it amusing that my children even sent you down here. I find it exceptionally amusing that you were able to do that. And he waves his hand at the elemental. You guys have in the magic circle. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, you'll find that we're a lot more impressive than we look.
Clearly.
But if you're threatening us, then you should probably keep that in mind.
I don't know if threatening him back is the right way to go about this.
He
So
takes one more step forward. Like, I believe I can handle it.
I want to sort of surreptitiously motion for everyone to get closer to me so that they get the benefit of my aura of protection or whatever thing when the shit starts to go down.
I have been deliberately
Fine.
standing within 10 feet of you since we got here.
In that
Right.
case, let's take the initiative, guys!
Yeah!
Lily!
Drop the circle, Kern.
Oh God, are we doing this?
Let's do it!
Doing this.
Are we doing
Oh
it?
God, are
We're
we doing
doing it.
this?
We're doing it!
Hang on. Let me clear the thingy.
Oh god, why is our initiative so shit this time?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Did one
God.
earlier. Or not, I didn't. You guys did.
Oh wait, I think I get advantage on initiative with my Sword of Warning, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Hooray! Oh crap.
This just keeps getting better.
So it's 11.
And just for the record, I won't do it because I killed my throat the first time. But this sword is not having a good time. This sword is displeased with this bullshit. Okay, Ulric. Where is Ulric? Is he on here?
No, he isn't.
Alright.
You just laughed.
What about
Yeah.
Mutnik?
What about Mushnik? You want him in on this?
I mean, kinda.
I think we want everything we can get.
Yeah,
about
we want
now.
Mushnik.
Alright. I gave you control of his sheet,
Okay, cool.
Michael, if you
I will see what I can do.
drive Mushnik. No, he is technically out of I believe it's second level spells.
Okay.
Because those were his animate dead spells. So he is out of those.
Oh, hey, Mushnik did roll well.
Alright.
My initiative is actually 11.
Oh wait, I'm hitting Asen. Okay. Your initiative is actually 11?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why are you difficult all the time?
Sorry.
Okay. Everybody on here, everybody ready to go? Cool. Let me roll. For dude. Cool. Trash. Alright.
What about the elemental?
The elemental does not have an initiative yet. Because he's in a magic circle.
Yeah. I will eventually.
This was a
drop.
good plan.
We'll get there eventually.
Alright.
Yeah, probably.
Now, to just to remind you of the scene, you got dude back here. You guys got your thing going on. There is a gigantic stone chair right about there, and there are 2 braziers here and here, and then you have 3 open doors. That one that leads to the private quarters, that one that leads to the hall to the Marrow, and the one to the north that leads out to the poop hole.
That one's actually blocked off.
You blocked off poop hole?
I blocked off the door to it.
Okay.
How'd you block it off?
Oh hell, with my tiny hut.
Oh, then you
I-
should be on the other side.
Oh, I should be on the other side then.
Yeah.
So
But
like,
whatever, it's semantics at this point.
so like right, yeah. I didn't know where it was, so I just
yeah,
put it up
it's
there. So
no,
like
it's,
right
it's
here.
in that corner. Yeah, that's where
Okay.
the
I'll
corridor
just
is.
move my stuff over here
That's fine. All right.
then.
Lana.
And also, I'm currently the only one who can go through that door.
Okay. I don't like being here. Step 1. Always on his head, just for funsies. He seems like a caster. I don't like casters. Step 2. Inspiration on Kern. Step 3. I'm getting out of here. Bye.
Perfect.
I'm gonna be up here. Bye, guys. Have fun.
Okay. Lana casts silence. Alright. And she's out of there. Mushnik.
Let's see. What does Mushnik actually have? I think
He has all of his
He
wild
can-
shapes.
Ooh, you said this guy's wearing pauldrons, yes?
Yeah, big metal pauldrons.
Big metal
What?
pauldrons, you say?
Light them on fire.
Yeah, I think Mushnik's gonna hit him with a heat metal.
Alright, so Mushnik casts his heat metal towards our silenced dwarf. But it doesn't really seem to do anything. Like, the spell goes off. You feel it. You feel the heat leave your hands. But the pauldrons don't turn red. They don't. Dwarf doesn't seem to be affected.
That's a shame. Alright, in that case, he's gonna duck behind the cover. Wait,
Okay.
no, he's gonna duck in with Lana and reassure her using many words.
Okay. They're having an echoey conversation over there. Xylund, your go.
Wish I had more spell slots.
Yes.
Yes.
Kern agrees.
I guess I'm going to cast a magic weapon on my greatsword.
Okay.
Oh wait, let's see, was that an action? Bonus action, okay. And I'll run in there and whack at him.
Alright.
Mackety smack.
Mac.
Oh, Ulric. Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, so
Oh. One of those hits.
Yeah, roll damage on your greatsword.
Oh, +1. So 12 slashing.
Slashing. Alright. Ulric.
Ulric is going to do what Ulric does best.
Run away.
And he was never
Yeah.
seen again.
No, he's gonna go over here and just fire a crossbow bolt at him. At the guy.
Okay.
Let's light crossbow. Probably misses.
Yeah, that's a miss.
And then he will go over here and hide.
Okay. Good job, Ulric. Davynn, it's your go.
Let's see. I think I am going to use some of my sorcery points.
Alright.
Specifically, I'm going to use 2 of them to twin and enlarge/reduce on me and Xylund.
Okay.
What's this?
Mega
One of
silent.
I am enlarged. Xylund is reduced.
Both of us have been enlarged. We are now large size.
Yeah!
We have
Awesome.
advantage on
You
strength
actually have
checks
to
and
lower your
saving
voice 2
throws.
octaves, though.
We add 1d4
Yeah.
to our extra. At 1d4 for weapon attacks.
Mega Davynn and Mega Silent.
And then
Mega
otherwise,
silent.
I'm just gonna draw my weapons and move up here to be in the aura and ready.
Alright. Okay. Awesome. Lily?
So, let's see here. 20-foot square. 20-foot square. If something takes a 20-foot square, does it like? Can I have the edge, like, even if the most of the area's in like a wall, like this? Could I have it, like, could I have the front edge be somewhere else, or does it all have to technically be within the room?
Well, technically, it should be where you can see. I mean,
Well,
if some of it goes past the room, that's fine. But you should still center it in the room. Why?
But
what do you want to cast?
if as long as I can see where I'm casting it, like I can have the front edge be like I can have the front edge be like right here, and then the rest of it, even though it technically is going to go back here outside the room, it's still fine.
I guess it depends on what it is. What do you want to cast?
Ivar's Black Tentacles.
Oh well, no. Ivar's Black Tentacles kind of has to like stay. Like they wouldn't be able to go.
It wouldn't be able to move. But I was just wondering because otherwise the 20-foot square would be like, you know, this entire thing.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to cast that, it would have to be this entire thing here.
Basically, yeah. Otherwise, most of them would be caught in the stone.
I mean, that's fine. Okay.
If it were like a silent spell or something like that, then I don't care if it goes beyond the physical boundary. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But for something like that actually takes up space.
So Lily's gonna go right here, just to where she can see, and no further. So basically just to where she can see him, and she is going to do Phantasmal Killer.
Okay, and that's a Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Our DC was 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine.
So he passed?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Alright.
And after she casts that, she's gonna go back into her tiny hut.
Okay.
Safety!
Kern, it's your go.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. What can I do for protection? I will drop the magic circle as an action.
Okay. Kern
That will
drops
be
the
my
magic
action.
circle.
I thought it was bonus actions to drop spells.
I don't know.
It might even be free, from what I recall.
Either that, or I'm just gonna go and like scuff it up, or whatever.
You just mess
can
it
break
up. Okay.
Yeah.
It's usually a free action because you're just
to
letting
drop a
go of
spell.
Okay.
letting go of concentration.
Well, I'm not concentrating on it. It's just going.
Like even for non-concentration spells, you basically just you're no longer holding on to it.
I
You're
just like the
letting
idea
it
of
go.
you like messing up the circle with your foot.
Yeah, I
and
just go.
Just breaking it. Yeah. And set him free.
I'll do that. And what kind of action is that? Is that an action, or is that?
It's free action. It's fine.
Okay.
If you're just gonna scuff it up, we can make it part of your movement if you really want to be anal about it, but it's not. It's pretty simple. It's dust.
Okay. That case. I don't know. All my stuff is kind of reactive that I prepared. I can start giving people like immunity to poison and stuff.
Okay.
I've
That
already
might
got
be a
my
good-
tattoo to tap if I get poisoned.
Oh, it's not concentration. Let's see. I gotta touch the creature, so I gotta be near him. So, how about this? I will instead. Yeah. Everything is like either area of effect because of this stupid storm thing, or can't be inside the silence either. Otherwise, it'll.
Someone says sacred flam.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I think that was supposed to be. I think that was supposed to be Sacred Flan, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame. Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
You have a Sacred Flan?
No,
Yeah,
it's
take
the
that.
Thing.
It's pretty dope.
Actually, it's a DC 17 deck save, but
Yeah, everything's save DCs are busted on my sheet too.
Oh, okay.
I had to manually go in and re-enter all of them.
Okay. So it's safe for half on Sacred Flame, is that correct?
no, it's save for nothing.
Oh, safe for nothing. Okay.
Off to a
So
good
he
start, you
saves.
guys.
Okay.
Fuck this guy.
So his
I'll
turn.
pass, thanks.
We're about to.
The elemental, now that the circle's been broken, looks at Kern as the nearest individual, but doesn't move. Doesn't seem to make any. I dropped there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Bugger.
You were expecting some sort of reaction.
No, I lost connection for a moment and get back in. Okay. So as my thing loads back in, yeah, the elemental looks over at Kern. Doesn't seem to be moving though. It appears no more animated than it was before you busted the circle. It's just kind of hanging there with its arms down.
Did I stutter?
It's a slack jaw expression on its face.
Well,
And now it's dude's turn.
dude's turn.
We will leave this area of silence.
We
So,
tried.
gentlemen,
The
if
silence
you'd
on
like-
his face, isn't it?
What?
It's like a.
Oh, is it on him? Is it centered on him?
I don't think the center
I don't
was
think you can
on
do
him, but I don't
that.
think it follows him around, does it?
No.
I don't think it does. No, I don't think it's a continuous
does-
effect
it does
around
not.
him.
Otherwise,
Okay.
that would be a broken spell.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you guys want to take attacks of opportunity
Oh,
as
yeah.
he leaves, feel free.
Definitely.
Can I attempt to grapple him instead?
If you wish.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
Advantage, and I think he has disadvantage because he is smaller than me.
Yes, he is smaller than you are. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna try to smack him.
Okay.
Oops.
So go ahead and smack him.
I'm
When you smack him. That's a good smack.
Big smack.
Also, I have a thing I can do. So 12 slashing, or 13 slashing, sorry.
Okay.
And I've got this Relentless Avenger thing that lets me, when I hit a creature with an opportunity attack, I can move to half my speed immediately after the attack, and it's part of the same reaction. This movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Okay. You also get the extra die 4 from weapon
Oh,
damage.
yeah, right.
Is that true?
Yes.
Remember that correctly? Okay.
Yeah. Die
Yep.
4. Nice. Oh, well, 14
Well,
slashing.
Every point counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So I basically want to, wherever he's moving, I want to move to cut him off. I'm not sure where he's going, but.
Well, Davynn's grabbed him, so.
Oh, so he's not doing anything?
Well, I have to resolve that first. But, so yeah, Davynn's hanging on to him as you're smacking him with your sword. You guys are gigantic, by the way, so it looks like Rock'em Sock'em Robots with something like somebody put a G.I. Joe on the board.
I want to, between the two of us, since we're giant, this should pretty effectively block him off so that the only way to go is between us.
Yeah. Yeah, you're beating up a much tinier man now. I hope you're proud of yourselves.
Okay.
Let me roll his resistance. Oh, that was a very bad roll. So he isn't able to leave the area, so we'll put him there in between you guys. So he attempts to leave, he gets grappled, he gets hit with Xylund's sword, massive Xylund, massive Davynn, and Davynn, the form you're holding begins to sort of ripple and shift, as if it's not in reality. And Xylund, you can see the dwarf's face as Davynn hangs on to him, and the eyes begin to change color almost immediately, and it flashes back to a meadow and a campfire and brilliant green eyes.
Fuck me!
You wanted to parlay with this asshole!
I will frantically motion to Davynn like, eyes, because we can't talk.
Does it look like he's casting a spell, Eerie?
You can't really tell because you got Mega Davynn and Mega Xylund.
Yeah, but you said his form is rippling as if it's no longer reality. Does it look like he's casting a spell, or
No,
like...
he can't move.
Okay.
He's completely constrained, and he's in a realm of silence.
Okay, just making sure.
So let me.
I'm distressed. Yay!
Now what the hell is that?
Great. That's
That
the guy
is-
from the first time.
Yes, this is the
Ponita and Foucault.
yes, the Ponita Master. No Ponita this time,
Well, that's
but
good.
Ponita Master. As you remember him, brilliant green eyes, kind of a twisted smile on his face. The form of the dwarf just ripples and falls away. So Davynn, you got your arms enclosed around an actually smaller individual now. These less round individual, but slightly taller.
It's good to meet you guys again. Oh, I know, just like maybe in another life. Yeah, smart ass.
And as his form begins to reassert itself, it's almost like a ripple effect that goes out from his feet, and the rest of the hall begins to change as well. And what looked just like stone and typical, dwarven clan hall, fairly open and empty, is actually just festooned with Cathal Ross, hung upside down, gutted, and strung along the backs of the ceilings and up in the rafters, and just it's a slaughterhouse in here.
So it's not, the elemental's not attacking him because it's not the person.
Exactly. The lovely carved stone and wood staff that the dwarf was carrying melts away with the rest of his appearance. He appears totally unarmed, nothing in his hands.
We got, yeah. Whoops.
And with that, since it is 4:30,
God damn it!
and Kern has to leave, we will cut off for today. And in our next episode, it's gonna get real.
Okay.
Again, Xylund, you wanted to parlay with this asshole!
Oh my God.